Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
on the Hawkeye Sports Network. From Learfield, Hawkeye Basketball is on the air. Hawkeye Basketball is brought to you by Alliant Energy. See how Alliant Energy is building a strong, resilient energy future today and for generations to come. Learn more at AlliantEnergy.com/poweringBeyond. Bud Light, proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. U.S. Cellular, the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. Honda, to see how Honda crushes the competition, see your local Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest. And by University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. This is the U.S. Cellular Countdown to Tip-Off. U.S. Cellular, the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Here's Gary Dolphin and Bobby Hansen.
As the song so eloquently puts it, it's Christmas time in the city. And that city is Des Moines, where the Hawkeyes find themselves doing some last-minute shopping for victory number 10 on the year, with just a few non-conference opponents remaining before the remainder of that punishing Big Ten schedule arrives January 3rd with UCLA. The Hawkeyes have come to the KC Center in downtown Des Moines for a neutral site matchup with Bucknell of the Patriot League. Iowa enters play at 9-2. Bucknell has won 3 and lost 9. With that, we say good afternoon, everybody. This is the U.S. Cellular pregame show with Gary Dolphin and Bobby Hansen. Bobby, we're in your town. You prepped and won a state championship at Dowling, not in this building, but in Veterans Memorial Auditorium, which partially stands on this site as part of the Hy-Vee complex, right in the heart of the city. It's an occasion to showcase a vibrant Iowa basketball program, Big Ten basketball for Central Iowa, and fans that aren't able to get to Carver Hawkeye Arena as often as they'd like. And I'm told there'll be at least 10,000 here this afternoon.
That's a good number, Gary. And, yeah, good to be back here in Des Moines. We've got a ton of Hawkeye fans already showing up here at the newly renamed Casey's Center. Used to be Wells Fargo, but now Casey's has jumped on board. We appreciate that. But they run a lot of events here, Gary, and built right next door to the historic old Veterans Memorial Auditorium over there, where I was a part of a Dowling team in 1979 to win a state championship there. So good to be back. Hung out with Corey a little bit here this afternoon. Drove by Grandma's old house. And Des Moines has changed since we left here 8 years ago. But downtown, good to be back.
Downtown is, I love downtown Des Moines. It really is. It's new vogue, new in vogue. And it's a destination point for a lot of young people graduating from college. Who want to start a career. So they used to call Des Moines the Hartford of the Midwest because of all the insurance companies here. I'm guessing that still fits. The Hawkeyes spent the week in final exams as the semester holiday break has arrived. Iowa's 2 losses, Bobby, are against top 10 teams on the road, at Michigan State and in Hilton Coliseum to the Cyclones. Iowa has impressive victories over Xavier, Ole Miss, Grand Canyon, Maryland. In fact, they sport a net ranking of 19, 20 on KenPom, and they're ranked 25th on the USA Today coaches poll. That's a pretty good first month and a half of the year for head coach Ben McCullum's restructuring game plan.
Yeah, they've done a great job, Gary, and a lot of energy and enthusiasm for this Hawkeye men's basketball team. When you're out in the community in eastern Iowa, everybody wants to talk about them again, which is a good thing. So, love the play of Bennett Sturtz, obviously. He's shooting 50% from the field, 45% from 3, the 80% free throw shooter. So he's got help, though. Those guys that came in with him, Banks and Manyow and Isaiah Howard. Tate Sage, the new kid, has been a surprise for us off the bench. Cooper Koch, come back. He's now a redshirt freshman, but he just continues to get better each and every game out. So, yeah, this will be a good test. Final exam weeks, you never know how your team is going to respond after kids are spending a lot of time studying and finishing up their essays, finishing up their final exams. That all ended last night. Graduating class, a few people I saw in the news that had graduated another class here from the University of Iowa. So congratulations to those newly graduated Hawkeyes, and time for the kids to relax the classroom a little bit. I think they get like 6 weeks off until they get back at it sometime in mid-January. And
for those who are in the December graduation class, a few of them no doubt will be moving to Des Moines to work in this vibrant city. To those statistics you were mentioning earlier, Bobby, individual, Iowa's 9th in the country shooting the basketball, 52%, 40% from three. And they're giving up 62 points on average. That's the fewest in the Big Ten and number 8 in the country. So they're doing a lot of things well at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, they really are. And you can see the identity of this team. It's very obvious. You know, they're going to start on the defensive end, and they're going to get after you. They're tenacious. They show great toughness. You think back to that Iowa State game when they could have shrunk and went away there in the second half, down 10, but they fought. They picked themselves up off the canvas and fought their way back, had a one-possession game there late in that game. So they got to be coming in here with a lot of confidence.
This is the U.S. Cellular pregame coverage of Iowa basketball. As the official wireless partner of the Hawkeyes, U.S. Cellular reminds you that on game days, your hands are for cheering, not texting, because game days are built for the Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, built for us. And the U.S. Cellular text line is wide open right now, 319-853-8344. 319-853-8344. Hawk fans, this holiday, enjoy your home away from home. If you're shopping in Coralville, Iowa City, going to do an overnight, please stay at Coralville's All-Suite Homewood Suites in the Iowa River Landing, or Home 2 Suites out by Coral Ridge Mall. Both Hilton hotels. You can relax in spacious suites with kitchens and enjoy free breakfast, 24-hour gym, pool, hot tub, much, much more. It's where the Hawkeye Radio Network team stays when we're in town. Perfectly located for your next Hawkeye visit, and just a mile away from Carver or Kinnick Stadium. Coming up next, we'll take a trip down our memory lane, as we usually do, thanks to the folks at Riverside Casino and Golf Resort. It's the Hawkeye historical winning moment. That's after a brief break. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
You power your day with passion and purpose. It's the same for Alliant Energy. We're modernizing the grid, blending new, renewable, and traditional energy sources to meet growing demand safely and reliably. We're rising to the challenge to meet your energy needs today and for generations to come. Visit AlliantEnergy.com/poweringBeyond to learn more.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, or just needs someone to listen, 988 provides a direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for non-stop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
You might think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Corn can even fuel your drive to watch the Hawkeyes play when you choose Unleaded 88. It's a fuel that's cheaper, cleaner, and greener. Plus, it's homegrown, making Unleaded 88 the clear choice at the pump and totally worth the hype. So as you head to cheer on the Hawkeyes this season, don't just fuel up. Pump it up with Unleaded 88. Find Unleaded 88 at a station near you. Go to iowacorn.org/88.
Flu season is here. Get your flu shot today at your local Hy-Vee pharmacy. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment is necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. That's right, a 20-cent fuel saver. Get your flu shot when it's convenient for you. Schedule online or just stop by your Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Help your family stay healthy. Get your flu shot and get a 20-cent fuel saver only at Hy-Vee. See store for details. Some restrictions apply.
Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball. Visit MidwestOne.bank for empowered money management. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Casey's Center. Yes, it's renamed in honor of one of the great Iowa corporations, Casey's General Stores. For a long time, well, I guess since it was built, it was known as Wells Fargo Arena. Now it's the Casey's Center. I'm told Casey's has a Casey's store set up right inside here.
I do know they got the pizza here, though. They got that great Casey's pizza you can sample here.
Love that breakfast pizza. Let's go to today's Hawkeye historical winning moment. Speaking of great food, Riverside Casino and Golf Resort. If you're looking to live it up this holiday, and maybe you've already been there, well, a return visit is certainly in order for Christmas or New Year's Eve. Riverside Casino Resort and Golf has endless excitement just 20 minutes south of Iowa City. Make your getaway unforgettable. Visit riversideCasinoandResort.com. And while you're there, don't pass up the chance to dine in Ruthie's Steakhouse.
You buying?
Top drawer. We can talk about that. we can discuss that. Let's go. All right, here we go. Let's go back about 27 years ago. The only time that Iowa and Bucknell have played each other in their long histories of basketball was in December of 1997. And the Hawks cruised past Bucknell that game, 91-52. It was a Sunday afternoon game. My first year of doing Iowa basketball, I remember it well. Kent McCausland was lighting up the scoreboard that day, as he did often. Yeah. He scored 17 points, knocked down 5 threes. Ryan Bowen, our buddy Ryan, added 15 points, 6 rebounds. Guy Rucker and Ricky Davis each chipped in with 12. Of course, Ricky, the flashy freshman, was in town for just 1 year. The Hawks showcased their depth with balanced scoring throughout the lineup. Iowa finished 32 of 56 from the floor, including 10 threes. And out-rebounded Bucknell, the Bison, 31-22. Iowa wins at 91-52 over the Bison 27 years ago, almost to the day. That is our Riverside Casino and Golf Resort Hawkeye historical winning moment. The Keel family and everybody at Riverside Casino and Golf wish you the merriest of Christmas and, of course, all success, nothing but success in 2026. At the game or at home, Wimmer's premium quality hot dogs and sausages score big with family and friends. Take the highest quality beef and pork, combine it with natural spices, and you get the best tasting Midwestern hot dog. Wimmer's, the official hot dog of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Before we take a break, let's update you on scores around the country and here at home. Scoreboard Update is sponsored by Community Choice Credit Union. High fees, unfair charges, no early paydays, no bank you. No bank you. Become an unbanker instead at Community Choice Credit Union. Well, the Hawkeye women went into the Barclays Center in Brooklyn today and collided with number 1 UConn. UConn pulled away in the second half. And so I remember that was an 11-point halftime advantage for UConn, but the Hawks with that Connecticut pressure just turned the ball over too much and lost it 90-64. So number 1 beats number 11 90-64. Leading scorer on the day was Hannah Stolke. She had 17 points. Chit Chat Wright added 16. And Taylor Stremlow, a nice game off the bench, 11 points. She hit 3 threes, but not enough ammo in the gun for the Hawkeyes against number 1 UConn. They've done that to a lot of opponents. 90-64 the final. To men's basketball in the Big Ten, Michigan State survived Oakland. Michigan State 79, Oakland 70. Ugly sweater day for Coach Izzo again. He and the coach at Oakland are longtime friends, and they wore the same sweater.
I love it.
Yeah, that's great.
You know, they Greg Campy, I think is his name. Been there.
It is Coach Campy, yes.
Forever, and they both had the same sweater. Yeah.
Tom Izzo has got a much deeper sense of humor than people think he does. We've gotten to know him well over the years. Indiana throttled Chicago State in Bloomington, 78-58 Hoosiers. North Carolina and Ohio State hooked up in a good one. They just started the second half, and the 12th-ranked Tar Heels have a 6-point lead on the Buckeyes, 59-53. That's at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta. It's the CBS Classic. In the Indy Classic, Northwestern trails against Butler at the half. Butler 29 and the Wildcats 23. That's down in Indy. To football, the college football playoffs. What a wild one for a low-scoring game. 10th-ranked Miami knocked off number 7 Texas A&M 10-3. A&M drove inside the 10-yard line and threw an interception late in the game. 10-3 Miami advances. The other game that started, they just gone to halftime. It's 6th-ranked Ole Miss. I should say 6th seed Ole Miss, 17, and number 11 Tulane 3. 17-3 Rebels at the half. Tonight it's James Madison at the University of Oregon. Top 25 scores. Number 11 Louisville whipped Montana 94-54 today. 22nd ranked St. John's. And Kentucky, that's going Kentucky's way. The Wildcats have just gone final, beating St. John's 78-66. Tonight in the NFL, of course, it's the Packers and the Bears, Saturday Night Football at Soldier Field. One game has started. The other game has the Washington Commanders at home leading the Eagles 3-0, 5 minutes into that game. That is your Big Ten and college scoreboard update, courtesy of Community Choice Credit Union. More of the Hawkeye U.S. Cellular pregame show and countdown to tip-off is coming up. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game, honoring those who serve at every Hawkeye game. Just as our veterans safeguard our freedom, American Equity helps protect your financial future. Named one of Newsweek's most trustworthy insurance companies in America 3 years in a row, American Equity delivers secure retirement income with the service you deserve. Join American Equity in honoring and thanking all who serve our country.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
Our mission at Oaknall is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oaknall is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oaknall.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Hawkeye fans, gear up for game day with Big Grove. As an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes, they bring you the ultimate game-watching experience. Sip on fan favorites like Easy Eddie, Citrus Surfer, and Neighborhood Beer while cheering on the Hawks. Can't make it to the stadium? No worries. Join them at any of their 4 Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, and Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks!
Life's busy. Quickstar makes it easier. From fresh hot coffee to delicious bakery treats and quick grab-and-go meals and snacks, we've got what you need when you're on the run. Top off your tank with Quickstar's fully guaranteed fuel to keep you moving. Plus, enjoy added perks like free ATMs and complimentary air for your tires. Convenience, savings, and a see you next time with a smile. We're your go-to for everything you need to keep your day on track, because your comfort and cravings deserve the best. Stop into Quickstar today.
Everyone knows the BBB is the Better Business Bureau, but depending on what you need, it's the Better Plumber Bureau, the Better Auto Mechanic Bureau, the Better Accountant Bureau. That's because the BBB connects people with businesses they can trust. So think of the BBB as the better check that business out first so you don't get ripped off bureau. Be smart. Always look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball. Visit MidwestOne.bank for empowered money management. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to downtown Des Moines. We're at the Casey's Center. Iowa and Bucknell going to tee it up here pretty quick at a 5 o'clock scheduled start. Kohl's has the gifts on their wish list and yours, all in one place. From beauty favorites and cozy outfits to hosting must-haves and top toys. Find great prices on presents for everyone this holiday at Kohl's and Kohls.com. Well, we know that Brendan Hawson can shoot. He's a pretty good defender, too, or at least he's getting better. Transferred to Iowa after 2 seasons at Villanova and 1 year at Kansas State. Nicknamed the Amarillo Assassin, Brennan was one of the top shooting guards in the class of 2022. He scored over 2,200 points at Amarillo High School in Texas. That's the most in school history, and he's hoping that his marksmanship will continue to not only lengthen out, but be as strong as it has been in the few minutes he's played. He scored a season-high 13 points and made a season-best 4 threes last time out against Western Michigan. You could always shoot, but is it a different confidence level now that you've blended in here with the Hawks?
I mean, I think just playing my role every single day, whatever the team needs, that's what I'm here to do. Unfortunately, last game we were able to get a strong lead and start get things flowing offensively, and I found a rhythm, so that's always nice.
You've got 14 field goals and 13 of them are from 3. Now, some might think, boy, that's a plan. He's looking for a spot beyond the line, but that isn't really how it works, is it?
No, it's not always that easy. Obviously, I'm a great shooter, and finding the three-pointers is what I like to do. But, just taking what the game gives me and finding little wrinkles to where I can, impact winning. The most I can do, that's really the goal.
I think of that stretch you had at Michigan State, and then obviously last week, 13 points in a blink of an eye. It sure looks like you're settling into the offense.
Yeah, and I mean, we work every single day, and we're starting to really understand each other and find little areas where we can keep getting better, and I'm starting to get comfortable, so that's definitely a good thing.
Well, what's doubly good is Iowa is just as good at the defensive end of the floor, and I know that's important to you and everybody.
Yeah, I mean, we are, very detail-oriented, and Coach has done a great job of giving us a plan and holding us to a high standard, and that's credit to us guys taking pride in that, and so we continue to do that. It's going to be exciting.
Hey, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you. Go Hawks.
Iowa shooting guard Brendan Hawson. Hey, the Iowa City Area Sports Commission is responsible for bringing state tournaments and amateur sports events to our community, boosting our economy and quality of life. Iowa City Area Sports Commission is a proud sponsor of UI Women's Athletics. Learn more at weGotNext.org. Hawkeye women's basketball, ranked number 11, had a tough trip to the Barclays Center in Brooklyn today. Fell to number 1 Connecticut, 90-64. Hawks were within 11 at halftime, but UConn is the real deal at number 1 as Gino Auriemma's crew stretched the lead gradually. The Hawks had way too many turnovers, 26 on the day. Hannah Stolke had 17 points. Chit Chat Wright added 16, and Taylor Stremlow with 11. She had 3 threes. In gymnastics, Jacoivia Henderson and Sydney Turner were named Big Ten gymnasts to watch. Iowa's picked 6th in the conference preseason poll and opens the season January 2 at Utah. In soccer, Sophia Bush and Millie Greer were named first-team United Soccer Coaches Scholar All North Central Region selections this week, earning recognition for outstanding academic and on-field performances during 2025. That's our Iowa City Area Sports Commission Hawkeye Women's Sports Update. Up next, we'll get the scouting report with Bucknell head coach John Griffin, Iowa's opponent tonight here in Des Moines. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Attention Hawkeye fans, Big Grove is proud to be an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Whether you're at the game or watching from home, Big Grove has got you covered. Enjoy an easy Eddie from the stands or visit them for every Hawkeye game at any of their 4 convenient Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, or Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! Big Grove Brewery, an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Happy Honda Days are here. The best time to save on a certified pre-owned Honda at your local Honda dealer. See big savings on all certified pre-owned Honda cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Plus, you're Honda backed with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Every certified pre-owned Honda goes through a 182-point inspection and is reconditioned like new by factory-trained technicians with genuine Honda parts. To save on a certified pre-owned Honda, search your local Honda dealer today.
Hawkeye fans, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, Big Ten Rentals, and Tomlinson Cannon. Just like the Hawkeyes defend Carver and Kinnick, Tomlinson Cannon defends your home roof to foundation. Roofing, gutters, waterproofing, foundation repair, and concrete leveling. Locally owned since 1948, they've kept Eastern Iowa homes dry and on firm foundations. Call Tomlinson Cannon today for your free assessment.
Comedy powerhouse Dane Cook is coming to Riverside Casino and Golf Resort on Friday, February 13th. Known for his unparalleled stage presence and outrageous observational humor, Cook's catalog has been streamed over 1 billion times worldwide. Along with his unforgettable comedic genius, he has starred in movies such as My Best Friend's Girl, Employee of the Month, and Good Luck Chuck. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at riversidecasinoandresort.com or visit our gift shop.
Can you think of anything that costs the same today as it did 10 years ago? There isn't much. That is, unless you're a Mid-American Energy customer. Thanks to all the renewable energy we're generating, our customers pay nearly the same rate for electricity today as they did back when we were all singing, "Call Me Maybe." And with Mid-American making even more investments in clean energy, you can count on enjoying those same affordable rates for the next decade. Now that's obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Time now for the Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield Health Coverage Report. Let's take a look at the numbers. When you enroll in a Wellmark individual or family health plan, you choose from thousands of in-network providers. And you're teaming up with Iowa's #1 health insurance company. We know healthcare in Iowa. Score great coverage from Wellmark. Find the plan that's best for you at wellmark.com/covered. Enrollment ends January 15th.
Now it's time for the Scouting Report, brought to you by Explore Minnesota. From oh-so Minnesotan outdoor festivals to lodging with a cozy experience, start planning your next winter getaway. Create your own Minnesota travel adventure in the land of 10,000 frozen lakes by visiting exploreminnesota.com.
John Griffin joins us here on the pregame Hawkeye Huddle. And Coach, welcome to Iowa. You got a nice player from Iowa.
We did.
And but let me start with the big picture. A couple wins to start the year. Had some injuries, lost a few games, and then got a solid win over Ryder the other night. So where are you at right now, a third of the way through the year?
Yeah, it's been quite the couple weeks here with just the variance with our injuries. It's positionally putting us in a tough spot, and I give our guys so much credit because they're just competing. We haven't had a ton of practice time. So currently, we had a great win. It was a very defensive-minded win the other day at Ryder in a tough college basketball mid-major environment, and I was really proud of the group for that. But we then went into exams, and exams, although for our group in Bucknell institutionally, it's an unbelievably difficult time for these young people, gives us a chance to practice and get back to almost preseason mode. So it gave us an opportunity to get ourselves organized and collected on the offensive side of things, which has really given us the most problems as it relates to winning a basketball game. So I was really happy that we had that opportunity. But up until that point, it was just competing and trying to really put possessions together, and that's where we, unfortunately, based on our competition, they didn't give us any breaks, and that was the intended focus here with our non-conference schedule, and we were penalized for our mistakes, and we've grown from it, but we needed the time to practice.
Tell us about this young man from West Des Moines Valley that you found, Ruad Biziek. What's he bring to the table?
I mean, so much for us. He's a 4-year player. He's a leader. He's a captain. He has really important ability for us to stretch the floor and make shots. He's 6'9", and he's played over 100 games, I believe. So there's so much experience behind him as a player for us. But this is my 3rd year, and when I first was hired, I was introduced to Rue, and Ruud was charismatic, and he was very passionate about the game and a clear competitor. And you know, he's been a partner with me as we've kind of rebranded a little bit and gotten ourselves back to the point where we won the Patriot League regular season last year, and he's a major contributor to that. And we thought he got hurt, and we weren't sure if he would get back. And to his credit, he's worked his tail off to get back, and we've missed him a couple games where he is just such a solid presence for us. But he's a beautiful kid. He comes from, a great community here in the Des Moines area, and getting him home in front of his family and friends was the core of why we're here.
And Dorius, I hope I got that pronounced right. What an intriguing 6'11" true freshman he is. He's got a lot of experience playing at different levels in Germany, but what do you like most about him?
Well, he's mature beyond his years. And we had a player last year that was the player of the year in the Patriot League that ended up transferring to Alabama, and he's Latvian. So we've tried to recruit similar style players in that position. Amon comes to us with, like you mentioned, a great deal of experience, but there's so much growth ahead of him, and he is so mature beyond his age that he comes to practice with this very blue-collar workman-like attitude. As you can imagine, he is German. It's his first time in the States, but he's very skilled. He's very versatile. He can do a lot on the perimeter. He can make threes for us. He's still learning the physicality of American basketball, and with the teams that we're playing, he's being thrust into the fire, and he's growing every week. So we're excited about the next few months for him, but I'm hoping tonight, after a little bit of a break, he's able to approach today's game with poise and confidence.
Coach, lastly, what do you see in Ben McCullum's Hawkeyes, and what do you hope to learn about your team in this game here at the KC Center?
Yeah, I mean, what they do offensively is very interesting to me. As more of a play-calling coach, they play with much more of a free-flowing, advantage-based offense, and I have a great deal of respect for coaches that are able to teach that with new groups year in and year out. He clearly had so much success in Division II and building a program that was a national championship caliber program. Then he goes to Drake, and now he's at Iowa. What I notice is they're tough and they're very smart. And when we watch film, obviously you prepare for every team, but you watch film, it's not just one player that knows where the ball is supposed to be throughout the course of a possession. There's multiple players pointing in the direction of where the ball should go based off of role allocation, which is really hard to really teach, and the understanding of what they're trying to accomplish offensively. But what's more impressive to me is, although he gets discussed as this high-powered offensive mind, his team is incredibly tough and connected defensively. That's a very underrated piece to their success, and I'm sure many would agree with me in saying their defense is equally as impressive as their offense.
Coach, all the best in the Patriot League this year. Thanks so much for your time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
This is that's Coach John Griffin, and we'll be back with more Hawkeye pregame in just a minute. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Dives for lunch.
The Juicy Lucy. Essentially, it's a burger, but with cheese on the inside.
James Beard Award winners for dinner.
French technique, but Midwestern ingredients. It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Glacier Graphics and Signs provides big signs, bold graphics, and beautiful results for Hawkeye athletics around Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and throughout campus. Glacier Graphics and Signs helps build your brand through custom graphics, signage, and video displays designed to specifically tell your story and grow your business in a big way. That's Glacier Graphics and Signs, a preferred graphic and signage provider of Iowa Hawkeye athletics. Visit them online at glacier.com to see how they can bring your big ideas to life.
In football, champions execute flawless strategies. Your company's health plan should too. Aplos offers crystal clear costs, intelligent provider networks, same-day appointments, and embedded pharmacy savings. Help your team thrive. Discover your playbook at aplos.health.
Do you smell that? No, it's not just toast. That's the smell of your car payment becoming toast. Move your car loan to Community Choice and toast those payments for 99 days. Get started at unbankyourride.com. Loan subject to credit approval and analysis.
This is a commercial for Pioneer Seed Corn.
In 1926, Pioneer revolutionized farming with the first commercial production of hybrid corn, and we've been innovating ever since.
The one that started it all, the #1 seed to beat, the one for you.
In 2026, we celebrate a century of innovation. Plant the 100th season. Plant Pioneer. Visit pioneer.com/100.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Whether they roll the dough or pour the joe, bake the bread or greet instead, your team goes the extra mile, and they deserve healthy eyes and a healthy smile. For plans that cover businesses of all sizes, Delta Dental customizes. With employer costs as low as $0, you can offer benefits and be a hero. Affordable coverage is a click away. Visit deltadentalia.com today.
In Minnesota, we don't hide from winter. We embrace it. When there's a nip in the air, we take on the trails. For every layer you wear, there's a new experience waiting for you.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Now it's time for today's John Deere Shootaround with Iowa coach Ben McCollum. Brought to you by great Iowa John Deere dealers like Sinclair Tractor, helping families build their legacies with quality John Deere equipment since 1998. Experience the difference where we strive to earn your business every day. Visit us at sinclairtractor.com. Here's Gary Dolphin and Coach Ben McCollum.
Coach, we're in a town you're very familiar with, this part of the state, Des Moines. Of course, you, with that 31-win Drake team a year ago, had this community on fire, and a lot of Drake fans pull for the Hawks and vice versa. But I think it speaks to the passion and the support that fans in this area have for college basketball, and many of them will be here today.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I think that's, you know, in the future we'd like to play this game. We'd like to make it a big, you know, a Power 4 competition and see if we can draw. But we certainly like to play in other parts of the state and the surrounding states as well to be able to get fans out that can't make it to Iowa City.
This was finals exam week for the guys, and I know you had to pick and choose in terms of conditioning drills and what practices you could get in. Everything go okay?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we'll find out today. You know, I felt like we've practiced well for a couple of days, actually. You know, which is always scary as a coach because you're like, what am I missing here? Why aren't we practicing bad? Hopefully our guys are dialed in and focused and making sure that we take this game with as much seriousness as we have every other game.
Well, the eyes don't lie, Coach. The Hawkeyes are one of the top teams nationally in offensive efficiency, which equates to a little more than a point per possession. Why is that figure such an important stat?
You know, to be able to put the ball through the basket on the other team, one, obviously, that's your goal. Two, you're able to set your defense. So the more often you're able to score, it's not the quantity of points, it's the quality of your points. Because the more often you score on your possessions, the more you can set your defense. When you set your defense, now the other team has to go against your half-court defense, which ultimately, if you can win that battle consistently, it's like we're winning a time of possession battle in football. You know, it's just important to be able to be efficient with your possessions.
How about a thought or two on Iowa native Ruat Biziak? He's averaging 11 points, 5 rebounds. What do you like about the former West Des Moines Valley All-Stater?
Yeah, very versatile player. Obviously, can do a variety of different things. Can shoot, can drive, particularly to his left. You know, good player, good length, and had a great career so far at Bucknell. They won the league last year, so they'll be a formidable opponent.
Amon Dories at 6'11", 230, a true freshman. He's got an all-around game, but he's especially effective around the basket. How do you keep him under control?
Yeah, I mean, you got to defend the drive. You can't let it in when he does, you know, you can't let it inside, and then you got to make sure that you defend his drive because he's actually probably better from the perimeter, to be honest. So we need to make sure that we're there on his catch, get deflection, stay active, beat his angle, and keep him off the boards.
Well, if Bucknell doesn't win the Patriot League, it's usually Colgate. Those two have traded titles for a number of years. This is a team that has knocked off the likes of Kansas in the NCAA tournament. Their head coach, Griffin, former great player at Bucknell. What is it about their style, about their system that Hawk fans need to listen for today?
Yeah, they run a lot of plays, and they've had a lot of time to prepare for us. They didn't schedule a game in between their last game, so they'll be pretty teed up. They'll have some things that we'll have to adjust to early. And then once we figure that out, hopefully we'll be able to get in a rhythm and see what can happen.
Well, last week, went against Western Michigan, the Hawks hit 11 of their first 15 shots. How do you repeat that feat?
I don't know. Put the ball in the basket. Yeah, hopefully we can do that, but we'll see. It's going to be it'll be a tough game. It'll be tougher than people expect. It's one of those games that they've had a bunch of starters out throughout the year, and they're just starting to get healthy, so they'll be a good team.
Well, this is the last game before Christmas Day for the Hawkeyes basketball team. Let's wish all our fans a very Merry Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. Merry Christmas. We appreciate your support and hope to see you out there today.
Ben, thanks so much.
Thank you, sir.
That's Coach McCullum, brought to you by your Iowa John Deere dealers. We're back to the Casey Center in just a minute here in downtown Des Moines. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? Let's break it down. Innovative tech means smarter and safer driving. Intelligent all-wheel drive will keep you ready for anything. And built Ford tough trucks will always get the job done. Plus, come into your local Ford store today and get super low APR financing, big cash back, and great lease offers on Ford's full line of cars, trucks, and SUVs. That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Sales claim based on calendar year sales.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Iowa Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fans section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
RE/MAX is the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics, and we understand there's a number for everything: square footage, down payment, interest rates. But how do you measure the trust you have in your agent? For a RE/MAX agent, it's not about numbers on a contract. It's being a trusted RE/MAX agent. That means you'll get honest advice, expert guidance, and someone who's committed to your success. Because while numbers count, trust is what truly matters. RE/MAX, the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics. Each office independently owned and operated.
We love it when the Hawkeyes do their thing, because if there's anyone who can appreciate building a legacy, it's John Deere. We've been growing our team since 1837, recruiting the best thinkers, doers, and makers to craft innovations that outpace the competition. Because whether it's cultivating the earth with a tractor or reshaping it with a 40-ton excavator, the machines we build are building America. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball. Visit MidwestOne.bank for empowered money management. Member FDIC.
We've heard from both head coaches. Now let's hear from our head coach, Bobby Hansen, and his keys to the game. Keys to a Hawkeye victory over Bucknell here this afternoon. Presented, as always, by Summit Agricultural Group. Summit Agricultural Group is committed to Iowa and adding value to Iowa products like corn, beef, hogs, and ethanol. Go Hawks! Go Summit Ag. Oh, Bobby, Iowa shoots for a double-digit win here tonight. That'd get them 10-2 with one non-conference game remaining before the Big Ten rolls around. So there's much to build on starting tonight.
Oh, there is, Gary. And interesting listening to the coach's comments. I really appreciated what Ben said. We've had a good week of practice. He said sometimes the finals week practice can be a little chopped up in that, but he said, am I missing something here? But our guys are practicing pretty well. But that's a good sign, because the number one key, I think, in a game like this, where you look at a team like Bucknell at 3-9 and take a break here. We got the national anthem.
We got the national anthem. We'll get back to your Summit Ag keys here in a moment. National anthem here at KC Center prior to Iowa and Bucknell. Let's go back to Bobby with his keys to the game, keys to a Hawkeye victory, Bob.
Yeah, number one key, Gary, as Coach talked about, is don't take these guys lightly. Never underestimate your opponent. Bucknell comes in here looking to knock off a Big Ten school. They've been off for 10 days. They're coming off a couple of wins in a row. But even at 3-9, they're a dangerous team. They have nothing to lose. So right from the tip, jump on these guys and dominate them. Dominate them inside, too. They got a couple of big guys, but you can still power away inside with Cam Manyow. Ben Sturtz, turn him loose, as you said earlier today, Gary, and let him get to the rim. So number one key, never underestimate your opponent. Second key is going to be offensively, continue to share the basketball. Cut sharply, take care of the ball. You need a high assist, low turnover game once again. Get good shots, and you'll continue to shoot that high percentage. The Hawks rank top 15 nationally. Field goal percentage, actually number 9 at 52%. Three-point percentage, they're almost at 40%, Gary. That's phenomenal shooting just because they move the ball. They get good shots. Third key, defensively, the Hawks will be navigating a lot of screens. We watched practice this morning. Bucknell uses them, the low post. They free up their shooters, their scorers down on the baseline. You need good communication, court awareness. Know the scouting report. Know what's going to occur prior to it happen. So physically fight through those screens, Gary. And at the start, make quick work of these Bison. Continue to develop your bench, too. I think this is a game when you can see a lot of guys from the reserves come in here and contribute. So, number one, these 10,000 Hawkeye fans that have bought tickets come here this afternoon to watch their Hawkeyes. Put on a good holiday show for them and show them what you got.
Little early Christmas present courtesy of the Hawkeyes. Those are the Summit Agricultural Group, Bobby Hansen keys to the game. Iowa Bucknell right around the corner. We'll have the Mid-American Energy starting lineups next. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Hawk fans, be sure to visit and connect with the official Des Moines local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes, Aplos, and Community Choice Credit Union. Do you smell that? No, it's not just toast. That's the smell of your car payment becoming toast. Move your car loan to Community Choice and toast those payments for 99 days. Get started at unbankyourride.com. Loan subject to credit approval and analysis.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game, honoring those who serve at every Hawkeye game. Just as our veterans safeguard our freedom, American Equity helps protect your financial future. Named one of Newsweek's most trustworthy insurance companies in America 3 years in a row, American Equity delivers secure retirement income with the service you deserve. Join American Equity in honoring and thanking all who serve our country.
Our mission at Bucknell is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Bucknell is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at bucknell.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Hawkeye Radio Network Bowl Week presented by Hillsbank begins December 26th from Tampa with daily Fight for Iowa podcast. December 30th, the Bowl Preview Show airs from 4 to 5:30 Eastern in Splitsville. Then December 31st, the Reliant Quest Bowl. Pregame at 9 a.m., kickoff just after 11, all on the Hawkeye Radio Network.
Hawkeye Basketball on 1040 WHO is brought to you by Quick Star, Better Business Bureau, Lennox, American Equity, Tournament Club of Iowa, Big Grove, Oak Knoll, U.S. Cellular.
Welcome back to downtown Des Moines. We're about set to tip it off between the Hawkeyes and the Bison of Bucknell out of the Patriot League. Let's meet the Bison under third-year head coach John Griffin, one of the greatest players in the history of Bucknell basketball. John Griffin, in his third year, they've won 35 and 43 under John's watch. He'll start Jaden Williams at a guard, 5'10 sophomore from the Bronx, averaging 8 points, a couple rebounds, 4 assists. Ruet Biziek will start at a guard forward, 6'9", 195-pound senior. He's from Hawkeyes and went to West Des Moines Valley, all-state player. Amon Dorius will go at the post position. This is a true freshman out of Potsdam, Germany. And how about these numbers? 14 points, 4 rebounds, shooting 80% from the foul line. Amon Dorius, a really talented player. Anxious to see him go up against Cam Mannion. Gergor Burčić will start at a post or at a forward, 6'10", 235-pound junior from Croatia. They call him G, and we will too. Gergor Burčić starts at power forward. And at a guard is Achille Spadone out of Geneva, Switzerland, a senior, 6'4", 205 pounds, averages 10 points, 5 rebounds a game. So they've got 2 double-figure scorers. Check that, 3 double-figure scorers, counting Iowa's own Ruet Biziek. For the Hawkeyes, look for Cam Mannion to start at center, the 6'9 junior out of Kansas City, averaging 8 points, 4 rebounds, had a big game against Western Michigan last weekend. Tavion Banks will start at the other forward. He can play guard as well, 6'7", 215, a senior from Kansas City, the former Drake Bulldog, averaging 9 points, 4 rebounds. Cooper Koch at a forward, 6'8", 220, redshirt freshman from Peoria. Coops got his average up to 9 points and 4 rebounds, shooting 50% from 3. Keep it up, Cooper Koch. Cale Combs will start at a guard, 6'4 junior from Nixa, Missouri, at 5 points, 3 assists a game, 91% from the foul line. And Bennett Sturtz, the All-American, 6'4 senior from Liberty, Missouri, averaging 18 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, and a couple steals. Those are the Mid-American Energy starting lineups. Don't get fouled up or fooled up. Stay safe this season. Get electric and natural gas safety tips at MidAmericanEnergy.com. MidAmericanEnergy.com. They can help you out. Up next, we've got the opening tip of Iowa Bucknell basketball from Des Moines in the Casey Center. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Celebrate the legendary Donnie Baker with a night of non-stop laughs at the Donnie Baker Ron Sexton Memorial Tour, coming to Riverside Casino and Golf Resort. On Friday, January 30th, hear fellow Bob and Tom Show comedians Bob Zaney, Greg Hahn, and Kostaki Economopoulos share outrageous stories and never-before-heard moments from the road. Purchase your tickets for this heartfelt and hilarious tribute now at riversidecasinoandresort.com or stop at our gift shop. It's going to be a night of laughs you won't forget.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides the direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org. A message from Iowa HHS.
Midwest One believed in us and gave us the money to get started, and it was great.
We're talking with Jack Piper of Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack.
In 2005, they were there when we opened Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack. They've been there every step of the way with funding and great feedback on how to expand our brand. Midwest One Bank has been great, and with the recent uncertain times, we got through it, thanks to Midwest One Bank.
Midwest One Bank. Simply better banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, Hawk fans. Coach Kirk Ferentz here. For 40 years, our players have proudly worn the ANF logo to honor the hardworking farmers who keep this country growing. With fewer farmers working the land, their challenges are bigger, but their commitment never wavers. The Iowa Hawkeyes and the Iowa Farm Bureau are proud to stand with these dedicated families who feed and fuel our nation. Thanks for celebrating 40 years of America Needs Farmers. Let's keep standing strong for the people who keep us going strong. To learn more, visit americaneedsfarmers.org.
Iowa fans, with US Mode from US Cellular, you can keep your eye on the game, not on your screen. Whether you're inside the stadium, tailgating in the lots, or listening to the game at home, US Cellular wants you to focus on genuine connections with your family, friends, and fellow Hawkeye fans. That means at game time, you should do less scrolling and more cheering. So eliminate distractions and build connections by setting your phone to US Mode, because game day is for cheering on the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! US Cellular, built for us.
You power your day with passion and purpose. It's the same for Alliant Energy. We're modernizing the grid, blending new, renewable, and traditional energy sources to meet growing demand safely and reliably. We're rising to the challenge to meet your energy needs today and for generations to come. Visit AlliantEnergy.com/poweringBeyond to learn more.
You've been listening to the U.S. Cellular Countdown to Tip-Off. U.S. Cellular, the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, built for us. On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield. Hawkeye basketball is brought to you by Shelter Insurance. The ball is in your court. Visit shelterinsurance.com to find an agent who can help you with your auto, home, and life insurance needs. Your Iowa John Deere dealers, proud sponsors of Hawkeye football. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. By your local Ford dealers. And by Mid-American Energy. Mid-American Energy is proud to deliver affordable, reliable energy to you all season long. It's game time. You're listening to healthy coverage of the Iowa Hawkeyes with Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Choose Wellmark for coverage you can count on. Find your plan at wellmark.com. Now let's join Gary Dolphin and Bobby Hansen for the Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield first half.
Iowa and Bucknell will go off, tip off here in just about 2 or 3 minutes. We're waiting for TV to join us straight up. Our officials for tonight's Iowa Bucknell basketball are Eric Curry out of Minneapolis, Doug Sermons, and Brooks Wells. We had Sermons and Wells up at Hilton Coliseum a week or two back for the Iowa State game. And those two, along with Eric Curry, longtime Big Ten official, are here for Iowa and Bucknell. Welcome back to the KC Center in downtown Des Moines, the heart of the capital city. And thank you all for joining us along the Hawkeye Radio Network. If you're out Christmas shopping or cuddling up next to the fireplace, we appreciate your attendance. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification and go around the Hawkeye Radio Network to allow our stations to identify themselves. You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Basketball. .55 stations strong along the Hawkeye Radio Network. WHO right here in Des Moines, AM 1040, and in Cedar Rapids, our other flagship station, AM 600 WMT, covering Deep River and Delaware, Diagonal, and Denmark. Not the country, although we can probably reach there if the waves are skipping properly. But Denmark, Iowa, down there in Lee County, a beautiful part of the state.
Nice. You're on the D's today, so what about Dubuque? WMT reaches up.
I don't want people to think I'm playing favorites.
We're proud of Dubuque.
How about what's on tap at Big Grove Brewery? Time to look at what's on tap at Big Grove. The Hawkeye women's basketball team hosts Penn State Sunday, December 28th in their Big Ten home opener. Tip-off will be at 3. The Hawkeye men's team will finish up its non-conference action Monday, December 29th against UMass Lowell. That'll be a 4 p.m. tip-off to help get us into the new year. Grab an Easy Eddie. Speaking of celebrating the new year, Easy Eddie, fresh, juicy, and just what you need for game day. Easy Eddie, easy to enjoy responsibly. Big Grove is your destination for every Iowa Hawkeye basketball game. Catch all the action with great food, warm hospitality, and ice-cold beer at Big Grove. That's our U.S. Cellular pregame show, and now let's get into the meat and potatoes. The Hawks and the Bison. Iowa in the home old gold with script Iowa across the chest. And for the Bison, they're traveling navy, royal navy blue with it's like orange or red trim, maybe a cross between the two. More orange than red, but very attractive. Mostly red, white, and blue. Their warm-up uniforms. After all, they are in the Patriot League.
Yeah, they come in here, and the kid from Valley High School, Ruat Bijak, he's got a nice little group of people here that are cheering for him.
We got Cam Magno at 6'9", and Gergor Burcic at 6'10", jumping center for the Bison. Well, we've had 2 horns. Okay, we're ready. 5 o'clock mass is about to start. It's got awful quiet in here.
Here we go.
Sermons, Doug Sermons will throw up, and the ball's in the air. The Hawks run it down in the backcourt. Banks almost threw it off the sneaker of Cale Combs. Combs brings it into the front court, and the Hawks have the first look in the offensive end. Here's Combs on a give and go with Magno and throws it away. Threw it behind his ear. Out of bounds. I think Cam thought Combs was going to take it right to the dish.
Yeah, it looked like maybe he was looking for the lob. Throw it up there, let Cam dunk it over the top.
So a turnover to start the game. Here's Jaden Williams into the front court for the Bison. Hands off to Meacham, or excuse me, to Ruat. And the big fella from West Des Moines drops in a 3. Ruat Bijak out of Hawkeyes and West Des Moines Valley High School. Just like that, it's 3-0 Bison. That'll give him an extra boost of confidence. Here's Magno. You heard Coach Griffin. He said they're playing much better now that they've got those injured guards back. Magno with a drop step, jump hook up and good. 3-2. Got the German up in the air and went right up after him. And teardropped it in from 5 feet.
I like that. Attack him inside. Big Cam Magno. He can hold his own in there. Gets the first Hawkeye basket of the game.
Now that Iowa defense in the half court. Dribbling right wing is Jaden Williams. Here's Ruat hits another 3. Back-to-back threes.
He fired up.
Whoa, is he ever. Comes home to the home folk here in downtown Des Moines. Ruat Bijak. He didn't touch iron on any one of those threes. That looked very much like Bennett Sturt's jump shots. 6-2. The Bison in front. Well, they like the cooking here in Central Iowa just fine. They are a vibrant, loud group. They're talking and yelling and screaming throughout the warm-ups here. Combs gets inside. Jump passes to the point. Banks is there to greet that bounce feed. To Magno. Back to Banks. Into the corner to Cooper Koch. And he jump passes to Combs. High post right. Jump shot is short. No good. Rebounded by the Bison. Good defense by Spadoni, or Spadone in particular. Young man out of Switzerland. 6-2 lead here. The Bison. A reverse layup is good. 8-2. A drive through the Iowa defense, and Jaden Williams kissed it in off the glass. 2 minutes gone in the opening half, and just like that, it's an 8-2 Bucknell lead.
Lucky shot, though, at that time. He got to the rim, but he threw up a prayer.
He's not going to give it back. And here's a turnover. Well, almost a turnover. Cam Magnon was going up for a dunk, and the ball was, I guess, ripped away. I thought he lost the handle on it, but touched last by Bucknell. Cam Magnon coming out of the game, and Folgaris will replace him. So to the bench early goes Ben McCullum. Not happy with the way the Hawks have started this game. 10 to shoot. Here's Cooper Koch. Shot fake, drives inside, and a traveling call on Koch. Hawks can do no right here to start the game, Bobby.
Yeah, it's called a little bit of rust, Gary, with the final exam week. The kids are a little bit excited, maybe a little bit nervous, but uncharacteristic turnovers, first two by the Hawkeyes.
Well, they need a stop here in the defensive end. Jaden Williams leaves it for Dorius, the freshman from Germany. Really a talented kid. Here's Ruat, throws up another three, and that thing was halfway down and popped back out. Maybe that gets the Hawks going. Bennett Sturtz hasn't had a look in the offensive end. He throws right of the lane to Banks. Baseline drive by Folgaris. Hits a cutting Combs, knocked away from him. Bounce pass knocked away by Williams, stolen away. Here's a run out. Missed layup at the other end, but out of bounds. Last touch by Iowa. It'll stay with the Bison. Well, Bucknell just out hustling the Hawkeyes right now.
That's fair, Gary. No doubt about it. The Hawks are a little sloppy with the basketball on the offensive end, and then they're getting out and running. And the Hawks a little tardy getting back. Luckily, Bennett went up for the rebound, knocked it out of bounds. It'll be Bucknell ball.
Still 8-2 in favor of Bucknell with the basketball. In it comes to Dorius. Here's a left wing three. It is no good. Strong rebound by Isaiah Howard just into the game. Now Bennett Sturtz drifts across the timeline. Got to get Sturtz going here. Gets a screen. Goes all the way into the paint. Koch is open from the corner. Airs it out. And they're on the floor fighting for it. And going to be Bucknell basketball. Isaiah Howard came up with it, but he was laying on the baseline. So it's Bucknell basketball. Another stop. An air ball three from the corner by Cooper Koch. Hawks way out of sync here to start the game with 16:45 to play, but down only 8-2. They need to find something of an offensive spark. Now here is Bijiak. A lob and a layup is good. Inside by Burchich. 10-2 Bucknell. Time for the Hawks to wake up. Sturtz gets around two defenders but throws to the wing instead. Had a layup. Here's a deep three. Good by Tavian Banks. Talk about well-timed.
You needed that, buddy. You're exactly right. Good extra pass made by Cooper Koch. He had an open look. Left wing. He gave it up to Banks for the better shot there from about 22 feet.
Now a kicking violation on Iowa. Cooper Koch got a sneaker in the way of a Jaden Williams pass. 10-5. Bucknell with the lead. 16:09 to go. First half. Couple substitutes in now for the Bison. Jacob Meacham is a sometime starter, freshman from Pottstown, PA. Will inbound side out. Bijiak with it, leaves it center of the floor for Meacham. Now here's Burrich, drives around. His man had the ball stripped, but right to a teammate, and it's Ruat Bijiak. He leaves it back for Burrich on the wing. He got stripped of the ball as he drove into heavy traffic. Turnover on the Bison. Good job, Iowa. Isaiah Howard comes away with the theft. Here's Sturtz back. 15:45 to play opening half. 10-5. Bucknell with the 5-point advantage. Howard lost the ball, gets it back, double teamed. Now leaves it for Banks with 12 to shoot.
Just completely overplaying Sturtz.
They're doubling him at every turn. Folgaris is open for three. He got it. Back-to-back threes, and the Hawks are knocking at the door. 10-8.
Wound the shot clock down to about inside of 5 seconds, and Bennett found Alvaro wide open top of the key.
Hawks with a 6-0 run thanks to back-to-back threes by Banks and Folgaris. Sturtz has yet to get a shot off. There's a lob top of the circle for Dorius, and an illegal screen called on Ruat Bijiak. The big fella from West Des Moines Valley has hit 2 threes to start the game. He's come back to earth a little bit, and timeout on the floor. 15:07 to play in the first half. So the Hawks down 10-2 are back to within 10-8 and we'll have the basketball and a chance to tie it or take a lead with another 3. You can join Bobby Hansen and me each week for Hawk Talk live from the Watermill Kitchen and Bar inside the Hyatt Regency in Coralville. We're joined every week by Coach Ben McCullum and a Hawkeye player. For the complete schedule, visit HawkeyeSports.com. We'll be at the Hyatt on Monday night, December 22nd, and bring in the Christmas season, or the Christmas holiday and the new year. We'll feature assistant coach Luke Barnwell and player Jacob Cook. That's all Monday night at the Hyatt in the Iowa River Landing. This is Hawkeye basketball, sponsored by Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield and Learfield.
At Mid-American Energy, our 1.6 million customers depend on our energy 24/7. That's why we work 24/7 to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need. To keep our 99.9% reliability record, we're enhancing our technology, improving resiliency, and investing in critical infrastructure. We're generating power from all available resources to cover any increases in demand. And we're innovating to ensure you always have the energy you need. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fans section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is healthy coverage of the Hawkeyes with Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Choose Wellmark and find your plan at wellmark.com. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Iowa fans, with US Mode from US Cellular, you can keep your eye on the game, not on your screen. Whether you're inside the stadium, tailgating in the lots, or listening to the game at home, US Cellular wants you to focus on genuine connections with your family, friends, and fellow Hawkeye fans. That means at game time, you should do less growling and more cheering. So eliminate distractions and build connections by setting your phone to US Mode, because game day is for cheering on the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! US Cellular, built for us.
Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball.
Hawkeyes down 2 with the ball as we get back to action here early in the game. 15:07 to play. Fulgaris has given him a nice spark off the bench, and so has Tate Sage when he's gotten in. Well, he's in now, and he's out running the point. He and Sturts at the guards. Bucknell 10, Iowa 8.
Working against a little zone here, a little matchup zone.
It's all pointed at Bennett Sturts. Here's Howard with a nice catch. Couldn't get the shot away on the baseline. And now a foul. A rake across the forearm as the ball arrived to Fulgaris. He was cut in half by Achille Spadone. This is the all-announced team here, Bobby.
Yeah, I was looking at him the other day. I said, I hope Dolphy gets a good night's sleep before he takes a look at some of these names.
This is international basketball. They're getting after Sturts and the Hawkeyes. 10-8. So after the foul, the Hawks keep the basketball. Banks between the rings for Sturts' left side. He holds up. Right back to Banks, who muscles his way inside. Shot up, no good. Forced it up there. He didn't have to do that, but it's tipped. He tips the rebound to Howard. Big shot clock for the Hawks. Fulgaris shot fake from 3. Now drives a pass on point to Sage. Tate backs the dribble in. Here's Sturts. Hawks moving the ball much better. Sturts gets free all the way in. Lays it up and in. It's knocked to the floor. No call. And a tie game at 10. The Hawks have run in 8 in a row.
Nice little.
Here's a transition 3. Quickly taken, but no good. In transition by Alexander Pahutsky. And the Hawks get the rebound. Sorry, Bobby.
No, that's okay.
We'll get back to here. Sturts. Give and go to Banks. Now to a cutting Sage. Lays it up. No good. Hung in the rim. Sage, though, gets the rebound out to Fulgaris. Great effort by Tate Sage. Hawks get another look at it. 13:48 to play. First half. Here's Banks. Shot fake. Drives inside left of the lane. Throws it away. Pass picked off by Biziak. And the West Des Moines Valley product waits for his guard, Meacham, to come get the ball. He gets it. High post right to Dorius. He's stripped. The big fella tried to dribble it in. Hawks running and a dunk for the lead. Tate Sage to Isaiah Howard.
Yeah, Bennett Sturts makes a nice pass. He could have taken it all the way to the basket, but he saw Howie on the right wing there and threw it up there, and Howard flushes it home.
12-10. Iowa has its first lead after running in 10 consecutive points. It's a hot start for Bucknell, but it's been a hot 3 minutes here for the Hawkeyes. Biziak hounded by Isaiah Howard. Falls down, travels with it, but no call. Howard steals the ball from him anyway. Another turnover. Here's Sturts leading the charge, but he's 1 on 4. Back to a trailing Fulgaris. His three is good. Rattles it in. And the Hawks' run of points is at 13. 13-0.
13-0. That's incredible. Hawks just turning up the heat defensively.
12:40 to play in the first half. Iowa up now 5, 15-10. Here's a bad pass. Stolen by Fulgaris. Sturts back to Alfonso. Dunks it through. And that'll bring a timeout for Bucknell. John Griffin. He sees a lot of headlights in his deer right now, or bison, excuse me.
Well, the Hawks woke up there. They just started to attack the ball, putting some serious ball pressure on, coming up the steals and runouts.
12:28 to play first half. Hawkeye basketball is sponsored by Midwest One. As the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye Hoops, Midwest One combines sophisticated banking solutions and local expertise to deliver a custom financial strategy that is unique to your needs. Midwest One, small enough to care, big enough to deliver. Member FDIC. And thanks to Mid-American Energy for sponsoring Hawkeye basketball. Mid-American Energy got their name all over the floor here in downtown Des Moines. Make safety a slam dunk this winter. Schedule an inspection of your natural gas appliances, like your furnace and water heater. Get more safety tips at midamericanenergy.com. midamericanenergy.com. At halftime, of course, our coverage is sponsored by University of Iowa Healthcare. University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you no matter where you are in the state, changing medicine and changing lives for all of Iowa and beyond. Thank you, UIHC, University of Iowa Healthcare. On that note, hi to Dr. Jamie at University of Iowa Healthcare. He's one of the superstars in anesthesiology and a passionate Hawkeye fan. He loves the Vikings, too. Hey, TJ Hawkinson, we got some Hawks up there. Merry Christmas from everybody at UIHC. And we'll come back to the KC Center in downtown Des Moines right after this. The Hawkeyes leading by a count of 17-10. It's been a 15-0 run for Iowa. This is Hawkeye basketball presented by Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield from Learfield.
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
This is healthy coverage of the Hawkeyes with Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Choose Wellmark and find your plan at wellmark.com. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Glacier Graphics and Signs provides big signs, bold graphics, and beautiful results for Hawkeye athletics around Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and throughout campus. Glacier Graphics and Signs helps build your brand through custom graphics, signage, and video displays designed to specifically tell your story and grow your business in a big way. That's Glacier Graphics and Signs, a preferred graphic and signage provider of Iowa Hawkeye athletics. Visit them online at glacier.com to see how they can bring your big ideas to life.
Life's busy. Quick Start makes it easier. From fresh hot coffee to delicious bakery treats and quick grab-and-go meals and snacks. Hey, we've got what you need when you're on the run. Need gas? We've got fully guaranteed fuel to keep you moving. Plus perks like free ATMs, no hidden fees, and free air for your tires. Convenience, savings, and a see you next time with a smile. We're your go-to for everything you need to keep your day on track. Stop in to Quick Start today.
Back to action we go. Bucknell has inbounded the basketball. Iowa's running 15 consecutive points. Here's a drive down the right side of the lane. A wild shot against good Iowa defense. Misses and rebounded by Alfonso Fulgaris. Alvaro Fulgaris. And here's a bounce pass that's kicked by the Bison. Sturts tried to split a double team with that bounce pass. Man, they're just in his grill, aren't they, Bobby?
They're not leaving him, Gary. And that's how you defend a player of the caliber of Bennett Sturts. Is you just can't leave him. You can't give him anything open, make him work for everything, and Bucknell's so far doing a good job. But you know what? Look at Bennett's stat line. He's got a basket and 4 assists.
He's seen everything defensively in this first 10 games. Here's Folgaris again, driving on a crossover dribble right down the lane. And I think he surprised Bucknell a little bit that a 6'9" guy can move with the ball.
8 points off the bench for Alvaro Folgaris, including the last 7 in a row.
Here's a backdoor cut, though, and a layup, and that ends a 17-0 Iowa run. The basket scored by Spadone on a nice cut, nice baseline cut, and a good feed. Here's Folgaris, throws to the wing to Howard. Now to Sturts, into the corner. Folgaris open for 3. Switcheroo. He is unconscious right now.
13 points in his first half after coming off the bench early. He came ready to play.
Hawks are up 22-12. Remember, they were down 10-2. And now they're up 10, 22-12. Here's a pass inside on a wraparound. And a foul on, I think, Isaiah Howard. Took the shot fake of G. Burchich. And then went up into Howard and drew the contact. So 2 free throws coming for Gergor Burchich. Just a 46% free thrower. Young man at 6'10", 235 out of Zagreb, Croatia. Free throw is short. Attended Williston Northampton Prep School in Massachusetts and found his way to Bucknell. Out of the game now is Ruit Bijiak, the Hawkeye native. He's off to a good start. 6 points, couple threes. Second free throw is good, right through by Burchich. And the score's Iowa 22, Bucknell 13. Hawks by 9, 11 minutes to play first half. Cam Magnow going to come back in for the Hawks at the next horn. Here's a bounce pass to Folgaris. Now to Sturts in the lane. Oh, a nice no-look fake pass. Caught everybody flat-footed, and he laid it up and in.
Beautiful move by Bennett Sturts from the free throw line area.
Now he gets a steal on a wing feed, and Williams fouls. Frustration foul on Jaden Williams as he reached in after the bad pass and fouls Bennett Sturts. Sturts up in the air with a no-look fake pass and laid it in off the glass. Hawks have scored on their last 6 possessions. The run is 22-3 over the last 5 minutes and 40 seconds by Iowa. 10.5 to go in the first period. And an illegal screen called on Iowa now. A moving screen on Folgaris, I believe.
Yeah, Tate Sage got called out front. Yeah.
He and Folgaris were both there, but they get Sage on the call. 10:31 to play first half. And the Hawks give it right back to the Bison, leading 24-13. There's a jump stop by Pahutsky, Alexander Pahutsky. Now to Jaden Williams, right of the lane. Here's a drive deep into the paint. Now a pitch back to the wing by Spadone with 8 to shoot. Williams going to try and take Isaiah Howard off the dribble. Here's a give and go, a pass inside, picked off, stolen away by Howard. Deflected by a teammate or two, and then Howard comes up with the steal. Turnovers are mounting at 7 now on the Bison. Hawks much better ball movement here in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Run their offense.
There's a deflection out to Sage, so the Hawks keep the ball. Still no time to panic. 10 to shoot. Magnow drives right at the big fellow. Reverse layup is good. What a move he put on Amon Dorius. And the big freshman got a little of Cam Magnow right in the midsection. And he's hurting.
Yeah, pretty move, though, by Cam Magnow. One-on-one isolation play for him from the right wing there. Took him hard to the baseline and then spun real quick. Up and under move. Finished with the left hand.
You know what I think happened is he ball faked him and hit him right in the midsection. Nothing intentional, but momentarily knocked the wind out of the young true freshman from Germany. Here he is with the basketball at 6'11". Now to Jaden Williams. Iowa extends the lead to 26-13. Williams backs the dribble out left wing. Now center the floor for Spadone. Really good defense by Iowa here in the last 7 or 8 minutes. Here's a shot blocked inside by Magnow. He swatted away the attempt of the dunk by Burchich. And Iowa comes away after another stop. Sturtz for three. That one is short. Kicks back to Bennett. Can't get his hands on it, though. And it's gathered in by Garagur Burchich. Now a deflection by Tate Sage. Right to teammate Combs. Another turnover. That's 8 on the Bison. Hawks have flipped it over 5 times. Most of those, though, in the first 3 minutes. Combs stumbles to the floor, but gets the pass away to Alvaro Folgueras. Now to Magnow. Top of the circle. Leaves it for Sturtz. He's chased by a double team right back into Magnow, and he's fouled. What recognition by Bennett Sturtz. Just unbelievable. He knows where an open teammate is, even when he has 2 defenders right in his gun sight.
It's the defense or the offense that they run, Gary. When whoever player is coming for that double team, his man goes right to the front of the rim. That time, Manuel's defender went to Bennett, 2 on there, and he knew right where Cam was going to be. Dished it right to him, and Manuel for 2 free throws.
Man, Sturtz is like a 2-legged machete. He just cuts through opposing defenses, opposing double teams. And no wonder he's the best in the country at assisting the basketball. He's coming out of the game right now. Bennett Sturtz is the All-American. Gets a nice acknowledgement from the crowd. Magnow hits both free throws. Hawks 28, Bison 13. Come the blue and orange clad. A little bit of Illinois look here. Illinois road uniforms. Here's a long 3 by Ruat, and he gets another one. Ruat Biziak. Rainbow 3. I mean, this guy's 6'9", and he's throwing him up there like John Havlicek.
He's looking good, man. It's pure when it leaves his hand.
That cuts the Iowa lead to 28-17. Make it 28-16. Iowa on the attack, 8 minutes to play first half. Howard with a baseline left drive, spins into the paint. He's shoved off stride, and that'll draw a foul as we come to an official's timeout on the floor. Iowa, 7:58 to go in the half. Hawks have survived a very sluggish start. And I like Bobby's explanation. They've been in finals all week long, but they've shaken the rust off, courtesy of Ben McCullum, and now lead it by 12, 28-16 with 7:58 to go in the first half. Hawkeye basketball is brought to you this season by the 988 Lifeline. Compassionate help anytime, anywhere. Call or text 988. 988 Lifeline. And by Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. They know that quality coverage takes a great team, like the Hawkeyes. And with a Wellmark individual and family health plan, you can choose from thousands of in-network providers. Score great coverage and find the right plan for you at wellmark.com/covered. This is Hawkeye basketball presented by Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield from Learfield.
Midwest One believed in us and gave us the money to get started, and it was great.
We're talking with Jack Piper of Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack.
In 2005, they were there when we opened Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack. They've been there every step of the way with funding and great feedback on how to expand our brand. Midwest One Bank has been great, and with the recent uncertain times, we got through it, thanks to Midwest One Bank.
Midwest One Bank. Simply better banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? Let's break it down. Innovative tech means smarter and safer driving. Intelligent all-wheel drive will keep you ready for anything. And built Ford tough trucks will always get the job done. Plus, come into your local Ford store today and get super low APR financing, big cash back, and great lease offers on Ford's full line of cars, trucks, and SUVs. That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Sales claim based on calendar year sales.
This is healthy coverage of the Hawkeyes with Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Choose Wellmark and find your plan at wellmark.com. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
In football, champions execute flawless strategies. Your company's health plan should too. Aplos offers crystal clear costs, intelligent provider networks, same-day appointments, and embedded pharmacy savings. Help your team thrive. Discover your playbook at aplos.health.
Do you smell that? No, it's not just toast. That's the smell of your car payment becoming toast. Move your car loan to Community Choice and toast those payments for 99 days. Get started at unbankyourride.com. Loan subject to credit approval and analysis.
Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball.
28-16, Iowa with the lead on the Bison of Bucknell. Iowa basketball Underneath, out of bounds to the right of the Hawkeye goal. And then it comes to Bennett Sturts. We get back to action. Cooper Koch back in the game. The Iowa bench has outscored the Bison 15-0. That's been the spark the Hawks needed after that sluggish start to the game. Here's Koch. Backdoor pass to Banks. Gets the pass under control. Pop-up jumper. No good. Rolls off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Magnow. And he's thrown to the floor by the freshman. The big German. I think he's still upset about that blast to the belly on that last possession. And they're going to say Cam was out of bounds, so it'll be Bison basketball. But I'm just guessing here that Amon Dorius, he doesn't want any part of Cam Magnow when it's all said and done. So back to action we get. It's Bison basketball with Iowa up 12, 28-16, 7.5 to go till the intermission. Here's Dorius, and he is fouled by Cooper Koch on a grab. That is it's team foul 4, 3 on Iowa. Back in the game is Biziak, the Des Moines native, or Waukee native. Here's a rainbow 3, no good, well off the mark. Offered up by Achille Spadone, and the Hawks get the rebound. Good defense again by Iowa. Here's Combs in a stop-and-go move, holds up left of the lane to Banks. Banks, Sturts, Combs, Magnow, and Koch on the floor. There's a hook pass in the paint to Banks. Goes one way, comes back the other, misses the jump shot. It's tipped though to Koch. Cooper up with a shot. He got knocked sideways, no call, and we play on. Rebounded by Burchich. And into the front court come the Bison. Jalen Williams with it. 28-16 Iowa. 6:40 to go first half. Fulgaris will come back in at the next buzzer. Pass top of the circle right for Dorius. And Cooper Koch reached in and peeled the ball away from him out of bounds. 13 to shoot coming in for Bucknell. Magnow heads back to the bench in favor of Fulgaris, who's leading Iowa with 13 points.
5 out of 5 on the floor, including 3 out of 3 from deep.
It's 13 at the 15 bench points. We'll take it. All right, and it comes with now 6 to shoot. Iowa presses that man-to-man out top. Here's a pass mishandled, stolen away by Iowa. Mishandled by Burchich, and Sturts with a steal. A Sturts steal. He's got the ball between the rings. Fake with a dribble drive left, comes back to the right. Now inside to Banks. They feel they got something in a good matchup, but Banks returns the pass to Fulgaris out on the wing to a cutting Combs. Jump shot good. In and out and back in. Soft touch of the lefty, Cale Combs.
Nice play, Cale Combs. Following the action there, Tavian Banks and Fulgaris, a little two-man action on the spin move. Cale just followed him in there, got the pass, and a little left-hand floater.
Bennett Sturts covering up Biziak now. He can't get free for a jump shot. They go left of the lane to the 6'11 freshman. And backing the dribble in is Dorius. Back to the wing. Here's a 3. Good. Found an open teammate, Jacob Meacham. And that cuts the Iowa lead to 30-19. 30 Iowa, 19 Bison. That's 4 3-point goals by Bucknell here in the first half. Hawks are 4 of 6 as well. Here's a line drive 3. No good. Kicks to the corner. Koch runs it down. New possession for the Hawkeyes off the initial miss by Fulgaris. Cross court feed for Combs. Back to Bennett. 5 minutes to play first half. Iowa 30 and the Bison of Bucknell 19. Here's a pass inside, baseline left. A leaner up and good by Tavian Banks. 32-19. Good ball movement again by the Hawkeyes. And quickly into the front court is Meacham. Here's a baseline drive and a foul, blocking foul called on Bennett Sturts. He got a knee into Ruat Biziak. Slow to get up. He's still down on the seat of his pants on the baseline. It looks like he might have a cramp. Alexander Pahutsky returns for the Bison, and out of the game is Spadone. 4:45 to go till the halftime. Stay with us. We'll get you caught up on all the scores from around the country, both football playoffs, college basketball as well. The Hawkeye women lost to #1 UConn in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center earlier today. Now Biziak will inbound it. He's ready to go. And lobs out on point to Dorius. Right back to Biziak, and he would have aired it out, but it hit the glass from 3. Folgaris is fouled on the rebound. And that is team foul 6. One more, and the Hawks will be in the bonus for the remainder of the half. They got Dorius for shoving Folgaris. Combs lobs it in for Sturts. Bennett's pressured by Meacham. To Banks. High post right. Now Combs steps out, gets the pass, and he's stripped. Stolen away by Meacham at 5'8". The freshman races into the front court, doesn't like the numbers, so he backs it out. Wise decision. Here's Pahutsky to Meacham. Crossover dribble by Dorius. He gets inside right of the lane, can't find a shot, and Sturts with a steal of a sideline pass. Unbelievable, his anticipation of where the ball's going.
Yeah, he's got long arms and great anticipation, Gary, to jump the passing lane in there. Got the steal.
There's a double team on Sturts. Pass almost picked off, but he gets rid of it. Here's Combs. Folgaris is injured, though.
Hitting the head.
Alvaro Folgaris is holding up around his left eye. Timeout on the floor with 3:54 to play. So trainer Brad Floyd, the best in the business, looked like he got poked in the left eye. Will attend to Al. What a first half he's having. He's hit 5 of 6 shots, including 3 threes for 13 points. 3:54 to go till the intermission. It's been an entertaining first half, to say the least. Iowa with the lead, 32-19, after being down 8 early. And the Hawks will have the ball with 13 to shoot when we come back. This is Hawkeye Basketball presented by Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield from Learfield.
Iowa fans, with US Mode from US Cellular, you can keep your eye on the game, not on your screen. Whether you're inside the stadium, tailgating in the lots, or listening to the game at home, US Cellular wants you to focus on genuine connections with your family, friends, and fellow Hawkeye fans. That means at game time, you should do less growling and more cheering. So eliminate distractions and build connections by setting your phone to US Mode, because game day is for cheering on the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! US Cellular, built for us.
This is healthy coverage of the Hawkeyes with Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Choose Wellmark and find your plan at wellmark.com. This is Hawkeye Basketball from Learfield.
Dives for lunch.
The Juicy Lucy. Essentially, it's a burger, but with cheese on the inside.
James Beard Award winners for dinner.
French technique, but Midwestern ingredients.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
In Minnesota, we don't hide from winter. We embrace it. When there's a nip in the air, we take on the trails. For every layer you wear, there's a new experience waiting for you.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball.
Can't read it. Bobby Hansen has a Midwest One quick stat. Midwest One Bank, small enough to care, big enough to deliver. Member FDIC. I'm going to wager I know where Bobby's going with his Midwest One quick stat.
I'm going out to Spain. Alvaro Folgaris, 5 out of 6 from the floor, 13 points. He's part of that bench mob, Gary, that has outscored the Bucknell bench 15-3. That's your Midwest One stat. 15-3 bench points.
Actually 18-3 after that last 3. An updated stat line here. 18-3. Or check that. I'm wrong, Bobby. You're right. 15-3. Iowa has 18-3 in points off turnovers.
That's a good one, too.
That's not a bad one. Bucknell's flipped it over 10 times. Here's Sturts for 3. No good. In and out. And the rebound tip controlled by Biziak. Bucknell on the attack. The Bison trailing 32-19. Wraparound pass goes to the guard, Williams, and another steal by Iowa.
Block shot, Tavion Banks. Him up with the steal after the block.
Rejection and the takeaway by Tavion Banks. Iowa's defense has been airtight here the last 10 minutes. Hawks have come from 8 back to lead by as many as 15. Right now the lead is 13. Howard, left wing, Fulgaris, cutting in and laying it up. And in is Tate Sage. Little mid-air suspension by Tate Sage.
He does such a good job, Gary, of moving without the basketball. Knows when there's a cut to be made and makes a good, hard scoring cut to the basket, gets the pass and the layup.
Tate Sage just victimized by Ruat Biziak. Stuck his backside out as he was trying to set a screen, and Tate ran up his backside and got called for over the back. Fouled on Tate Sage of the Hawkeyes. That is Iowa's second foul on Tate Sage, 5th team foul on the Hawks. 2:53 to go till halftime. Iowa's lead is 34-19. Biziak will inbound right in front of the Iowa bench. Does so center of the floor to Jaden Williams. He's picked up by Isaiah Howard. Now leaves it for Dorius, the 6'11 true freshman. Boy, he was okay. I was just about to say he got away with a walk, but even Doug Sermon standing that close could not miss that one. 11 turnovers on Bucknell. John Griffin seems to be arguing, or is arguing, that it wasn't a travel, but we could see it from across the floor.
11 turnovers.
18 Iowa points off those 11 turnovers of Bucknell. So the Hawks can be more selective and slow it here to a walk, and that's what they're doing. Move the basketball. Here's a give and go. Sturts, Banks drives inside, misses the runner off the glass. Oh, and a late whistle is going to put Banks at the free throw line. Brooks Wells thought about it a minute and then blew the whistle, and Banks will shoot 2.
That happened pretty quick. He wasn't quite sure. He was going to wait to see if the ball went through the net. It did not. That's when he made the call.
John Griffin asking for an explanation. They get it on Burchich. So Banks will get 2, 67% free thrower. Hawkeye basketball is sponsored by our friends at Midwest One Bank and by Walmart Blue Cross Blue Shield. Free throw good by Tavion. Iowa football headed to the ReliaQuest Bowl, the old Outback Bowl, next week for a December 31st showdown with Vanderbilt. Big Ten versus SEC. We'll have it for you here on the Hawkeye Radio Network. Both free throws are good for Banks, and the Hawks are up by their widest margin, 36-19. Biziak with a one bounce pass, right wing for Spadone. Now to the guard, Jaden Williams. He's picked up by Howard, drives around Howard, lays it up and in. Oh, beautiful move by Jaden Williams. He is quick.
He's really quick. And Hawks forced him to his left, but he got back to the up and under with the right hand layup on the left side of the rim.
36-21 Hawkeyes. 1:55 to play in the half. Williams showing some of that Bronx toughness, and Howard gives it right back to him. Isaiah, he's 6'5", and Williams 5'10". That was a mismatch once he got inside.
Isaiah Howard, energy off the bench once again, and he brings it both ends, offense and defense.
Couple baskets for Isaiah and a couple rebounds. Solid as usual. 38-21 Hawkeyes. Here's Spadone, shot fake, lost the dribble, gets it back. Now to Williams. Thought about pumping up a 3, instead dribbles through traffic to the right wing. 6 to shoot. Steal by Fulgaris. Look out below. A steal on the open floor, and the Spaniard was off to the horse races.
15 points in the first half for Alvaro Fulgaris off the bench, and he has certainly brought the excitement and energy here.
And the crowd's on its feet now. They sold over 10,000 tickets for this game. You're hearing every one of them right now. 40-21 Iowa. Here's Spadone. Drives in deep. Now to Ruat. Long 3 from the left wing. No good. Way off the mark. And it's rebounded by Tavion Banks. Here are the Hawks looking for more. 45 seconds to play in the half. Al thought about another 3, but gives it to the All-American Sturts. Hausen finds a cutting Isaiah Howard. Now to Fulgaris right side. 12 to shoot, 32 to play in the half. Here's Howard. Stop and go move. Gets inside. Reverse layup, no good. Banks with a rebound up and no good, but a foul call. They're going to get, I think, Burchich with the contact. 25.5 to play in the half. Now check that. It's not on Burchich. think they got Spadone, didn't they?
Bijak.
Oh, they got the big fella.
Yeah, number 4.
Ruit Bijak. Ruit's fell in love with that three-point shot, Bobby, and he's 6'9". Yeah, he's only 190, 195. That's not thick by college basketball standards, but I'd like to see him move inside and play with the ball in his hands. He's pretty nimble. Fulgaris comes out, and what a first half for Al Fulgaris.
6 of 7, 3 of 4 from deep, couple of rebounds, couple of assists.
15 points.
Oh, look out.
Free throws missed. Rebound by Manuel, but a foul on the floor. Cam had position and was grabbed as he went up for the tip dunk. And another foul called on the Bison. So free throws coming for Cam Manuel. John Griffin has got his head in his hands. He's unhappy with the call. Been unhappy with the last few calls, and Doug Sermons is rightfully explaining it to him. 1-1 for Manuel. With Iowa leading, Rainbow free throw off the front of the rim, and a foul again on the floor, and I think it's going to be on Bucknell again. Hawkeye hit the deck. It was Tavian Banks, and he was pulled to the floor by Spadone. 41-21. The Hawkeyes, I think Iowa was down 10-2 to start this game. Couldn't buy a basket, throwing the ball away. They had 3 early turnovers, and then they settled down, got into a groove. That foul is on Burchich. I beg your pardon. So that's 3 on him. 2 shots coming for Tavian Banks. 10th team foul on the Bison. Free throw good. 42-21. So here the Hawks are heading for 50 points again by halftime, Bobby. They won't get there tonight, but they're pretty close.
And as you said, to start this game, you got to remember they were down 10-2 when Burchich hit that basket there, and then it was back-to-back threes by Banks and Fulgaris. Off to the races they went.
12-2 run by Iowa over the last 4.5 minutes. Free throws are good by Banks. It's 43-21, 17 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's Bijak looking for another 3, but he's double teamed this time. Now to Jaden Williams. 6 seconds to go. They give him a screen and now throw it away. Isaiah Howard with the takeaway. Another turnover. Williams tried to work a give and go with the screener Burchich, but Isaiah Howard's too nifty. Jumped the route, picked it off, and the crowd with a standing O for the Hawkeyes. It was a pretty ugly first 5 minutes, but man, what a last 15 as the Hawks score 41 points in those 15 minutes and head to the locker room leading 43-21. The fight for Iowa Bowl week is just ahead. Coverage begins December 27th with daily podcasts from Tampa. Pat Anger and I will bring you interviews, analysis, and all the Bowl week updates on the Fight for Iowa podcast at HawkeyeSports.com or whatever your favorite platform is. It's presented by Hills Bank. Find the Fight for Iowa podcast at HawkeyeSports.com, YouTube, and your favorite podcast platform. Back with our UIHC halftime show in a minute. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
We love it when the Hawkeyes do their thing, because if there's anyone who can appreciate building a legacy, it's John Deere. We've been growing our team since 1837, recruiting the best thinkers, doers, and makers to craft innovations that outpace the competition. Because whether it's cultivating the earth with a tractor or reshaping it with a 40-ton excavator, the machines we build are building America. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Despite the unshakable Iowa Corn Cy-Hawk rivalry, there is one thing Iowa State and University of Iowa fans can both agree on: getting hyped for Unleaded 88. It's cleaner burning and better for your engine, and it's cheaper than other fuel options, making Unleaded 88 the clear fuel choice. If Iowa Corn Cy-Hawk rivals can agree on it, you know it's worth the hype. So pump it up with Unleaded 88, grown by Iowa corn farmers.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? Let's break it down. Innovative tech means smarter and safer driving. Intelligent all-wheel drive will keep you ready for anything. And built Ford Tough trucks will always get the job done. Plus, come into your local Ford store today and get super low APR financing, big cash back, and great lease offers on Ford's full line of cars, trucks, and SUVs. That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Sales claim based on calendar year sales.
You're listening to healthy coverage of the Iowa Hawkeyes with Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Choose Wellmark for coverage you can count on. Find your plan at wellmark.com. This is the University of Iowa Healthcare Halftime Show. University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives.
And welcome back to the Casey Center here in beautiful downtown Des Moines, where the Hawkeyes hold a 43-21 lead. Got behind 10-2. They put on a furious run, fueled by the energy off the bench, Alvaro Folgueras. And I'm going to give it back to our man, Gary Dolphin.
A little photo op with young Andy. Looks like he's about 8 years old from, he said Urbandale. His dad said, no, Johnston. I go, well, who's arguing? They're both wonderful communities.
They are. There you go.
Our halftime coverage is brought to you by University of Iowa Healthcare. Here for you no matter where you are in the state. Changing medicine and changing lives for all of Iowa and beyond. Visit uihealthcare.org. The Hawkeyes on top here at halftime, 43-21. Bobby's off to interview a Hawkeye assistant coach on that sparkling last 15 minutes. I'll come back with the stats and facts and figures on the first half right after this. Our Hy-Vee stat report is next. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Hawk fans, be sure to visit and connect with the official Des Moines local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes, Aplos, and Community Choice Credit Union. In football, champions execute flawless strategies. Your company's health plan should too. Aplos offers crystal clear costs, intelligent provider networks, same-day appointments, and embedded pharmacy savings. Help your team thrive. Discover your playbook at aplos.health.
Everyone knows the BBB is the Better Business Bureau, but depending on what you need, it's the Better Plumber Bureau, the Better Auto Mechanic Bureau, the Better Accountant Bureau. That's because the BBB connects people with businesses they can trust. So think of the BBB as the better check that business out first so you don't get ripped off bureau. Be smart. Always look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads can quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. To get started, find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Hawkeye Radio Network Bowl Week presented by Hills Bank begins December 26th from Tampa with daily Fight for Iowa podcast. December 30th, the Bowl Preview Show airs from 4 to 5:30 Eastern in Splitsville. Then December 31st, the Relia Quest Bowl. Pregame at 9 a.m., kickoff just after 11, all on the Hawkeye Radio Network.
Hawkeye Basketball on 1040 WHO is brought to you by Quick Star, Better Business Bureau, Lennox, American Equity, Tournament Club of Iowa, Big Grove, Oak Knoll, U.S. Cellular.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Iowa. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
43-21, Iowa leads Bucknell at halftime here at the Casey's Center. in downtown Des Moines, the old Wells Fargo Arena, and it's alive with 10,000 Iowa fans. And our annual, not our annual trip, but they hope to make it an annual trip, does Coach McCullum, given his history with Drake and the program here that won 31 games a year ago under his tutelage. Let's look at the first half stats, courtesy of Hy-Vee, the official grocery partner of Iowa Hawkeye basketball. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Hawks off to a rough start, but man, when they got it going, they had it in fast forward. For the first half, Iowa landed 16 of 28 field goal attempts. That is 57%. 4 threes and 9 tries. Out-rebounded Bucknell 17-6. The Hawks were led in scoring by Al Folgueras off the bench. The Spaniard with 15 points hit 6 of 7 shots, 3 of 4 from distance. Had a couple of assists and a couple rebounds and 2 steals for good measure. 10 points for Tavion Banks. Tavion, Iowa's leading board man, with 5. Bennett Sturtz had just 4 points, couple field goals, 0 of 3 from distance, but he had 4 assists, 3 steals, no turnovers. For Bucknell, 8 of 18. They only got 18 shots off, due in large part to 13 turnovers. So they coughed the ball up 13 times to 18 shots. 8 of 18 for 44% for the Bison. 4 of 11 from 3. Led in scoring in that first half by West Des Moines Valley former superstar Ruat Biziek. He had 9 points, all on threes, 3 threes. 6'9", Ruat Biziek with 9. Nobody else had more than 4 for the Bison at halftime. The Hawkeyes' biggest lead has been 22 points. And here at halftime, that's where it sits, 43-21 Iowa. That's the Hy-Vee halftime stat recap. Back with more from the Casey Center in just a minute. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for non-stop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
Flu season is here. Get your flu shot today at your local Hy-Vee pharmacy. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment is necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. That's right, a 20-cent fuel saver. Get your flu shot when it's convenient for you. Schedule online or just stop by your Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Help your family stay healthy. Get your flu shot and get a 20-cent fuel saver only at Hy-Vee. See store for details. Some restrictions apply. Time now for the Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield Health Coverage Report. Let's take a look at the numbers. When you enroll in a Wellmark individual or family health plan, you choose from thousands of in-network providers. And you're teaming up with Iowa's #1 health insurance company. We know healthcare in Iowa. Score great coverage from Wellmark. Find the plan that's best for you at wellmark.com/covered. Enrollment ends January 15th.
The year-end clearance sale is going on now at your local Honda dealer. Honda cars, SUVs, and trucks are on clearance during Happy Honda Days. Save thousands on the new Honda today with 0.99% financing. 2025 Accords, Pilots, and Ridgelines are on clearance. Plus, see big savings on the full Honda line, like financing as low as 0.99% APR on the new 2025 Ridgeline. Don't miss Happy Honda Days. Search your local Honda dealer today. See dealer for financing details. Financing on credit approval offer ends 1/5/26.
We're at halftime with the Hawkeyes leading Bucknell 43-21. Alvaro Folgueras, the superstar in that first half. He had 15 points, 6 of 7 from the field, including a trio of 3-point goals. He is the subject of our Remax Realtors move of the game. Here it is. Now to Williams. Thought about pumping up a 3, instead dribbles through traffic to the right wing. 6 to shoot. Steal by Folgueras. Look out below. A steal on the open floor, and the Spaniard was off to the horse races. The Spaniard with the flush, the tomahawk dunk, and the Hawks led at that point 43-21, that's where we are as we get set to start the second half. With RE/MAX, it's more than numbers in a contract. It's about trust, honest advice, and expert guidance. Because while numbers count, trust matters most. RE/MAX, the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics. Better than 50-some dealers on our Hawkeye Radio Network RE/MAX call this season. Stop in and see RE/MAX dealers in Altoona, in Cedar Falls, in Fort Dodge, and in Huxley on 1st Street in Huxley. That's our RE/MAX move of the game. Alfaro Harris, he has been on fire here of late. Let's check the scoreboard. Courtesy of Community First Credit Union. The Iowa men leading by 22 here at halftime. The Iowa women lost to number 1 UConn today. Connecticut 90, the Hawkeyes 64. 11th ranked Louisville top Montana 94-54. Kentucky took out number 22 St. John 78-66. At the half, Houston leads Arkansas 49-41. Michigan State beat Oakland 79-70. Indiana outlasted Chicago State by 20. North Carolina escaped Ohio State 71-70, and Butler edged Northwestern 61-58. At the half, Virginia leads Maryland 24-19. Purdue has a 4-point lead on Auburn at Mackey Arena midway through the first half. In the NFL, the Commanders have a 10-7 lead on the Eagles in the third quarter. The Packers and Bears play tonight. And back to football, college football. Ole Miss has a 41-10 lead on Tulane in the playoffs. Earlier today, Texas A&M fell to 10th seed Miami 10-3. Scoreboard update is brought to you by Community Choice Credit Union. Does your bank treat you right? Tell them no bank you and become an unbanker at Community Choice Credit Union. Halftime, and Iowa has the lead at 43-21. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Hawkeye fans, gear up for game day with Big Grove. As an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes, they bring you the ultimate game-watching experience. Sip on fan favorites like Easy Eddie, Citrus Surfer, and Neighborhood Beer while cheering on the Hawks. Can't make it to the stadium? No worries. Join them at any of their 4 Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, and Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks!
Life moves fast. Quickstar keeps up. Whether it's fresh coffee, a delicious bakery treat, or our take-home meals that make life easier, we've got everything you need right here. Because your comfort and cravings deserve the best. And while you're fueling up with Quickstar's fully guaranteed gasoline, we've got great services like free ATMs and free air. We're all about saving you time, money, and making your life easy. Quickstar's here for you whenever you need us.
Our mission at Oaknell is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oaknell is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oaknell.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game, honoring those who serve at every Hawkeye game. Just as our veterans safeguard our freedom, American Equity helps protect your financial future. Named one of Newsweek's most trustworthy insurance companies in America 3 years in a row, American Equity delivers secure retirement income with the service you deserve. Join American Equity in honoring and thanking all who serve our country. Hansen has Hawkeye assistant coach Connor Wheeler alongside on Iowa's sparkling first half.
Coach, tough start there for the Hawks. Got down 10-2, but you quickly went to your bench and turned it around. How were you able to get it done?
No, absolutely. I think defensively the biggest thing for us was just getting out on guys, having great ball pressure, making them turn their backs to the basket. Obviously, the first couple shots, they saw a clean look. So getting up on them, having active hands, and just making it harder for them.
What would you like to see here at the second half?
Continue to have great ball pressure, only limiting to one shot, and then for us, valuing the ball, get a good shot every time down the floor.
Okay, Coach, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Bobby with Connor Wheeler, brought to you by your great Iowa John Deere dealers, including Van Wall Equipment with locations in Ankeny, Carroll, Grinnell, Indianola, and Knoxville. And the Hawks have the ball to start the second half, and Cam Manyow spanks it in off the glass. Jump hook right of the lane, and the Hawks score first in the second period to take a 45-21 lead.
Yeah, throwing a message right back to Bucknell. There, we're going inside.
Here's a steal by Banks on a diagonal pass, a run out, and an attempted dunk. The ball is knocked away from behind, I thought. Touched last. Nope, they're going to say Banks just lost control of it. It looked like Jaden Williams reached in and poked it away from behind, but can't fault Tavian Banks' effort there.
Great steal on the wing there as he went out, and the little guy got underneath him and knocked the ball off his leg out of bounds.
Ah, that's what it was. All right, thank you, Bobby, for that clarification. Iowa 45 and Bucknell 21. We're underway in the second half, almost a minute gone. We'll set the lineups for you. Brendan Hawson has started the second half for Iowa. There's a pitch to the wing to Jaden Williams. His step-back jumper high off the glass, no good. Manyow with a strong rebound. It's Sturtz, Manyow, Hawson, Banks, and Cooper Koch beginning the second stanza for the Hawkeyes. Here's a great bounce pass by Sturtz. Manyow throws it up there. Should have had the layup, but came off too hard and crawled off the right of the iron. In transition, stop and a jump shot from three, no good by Achille Spadone. Run down in the corner by Hawson. Hawson leaves it for Sturtz. 18:28 to play in the game. Sturtz push-up jumper, good. In and out and back in. Beautiful kiss off the square.
Just a great touch on the shot that time by Bennett Sturtz. He took a hit down low, but enough presence of mind to get it up on the glass and a soft kiss into the net.
Spadone gets the handoff. Now looks to return the feed to Dorius. Poked away by Cooper Koch. Dorius runs it down on the open floor. Back to Spadone, chased by Hawson. Pull-up jumper, top of the key left, no good. Rebound controlled by Koch. Wonderful job by Koch beating off he fought off the 6'11 Dorius and came up with a loose ball. Manyow drives into one of their bigs, inside drop step shot up and no good. Crawls off the left of the iron. Putback is good though by I believe it was Tavian Banks.
You're right, he's in there battling with Cam Manyow, but Banks reached up there and got it with the right hand and popped it in.
Hawks dominating now 49-21, have since about the 5-minute mark of the first half. And here's the first score of the second period by Jaden Williams. A little kiss off the glass, and John Griffin asked for a timeout immediately, so we'll step out. Let's pause 10 seconds first, though. 10-second ID break. 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye basketball. With the score, Hawkeyes 49, Bucknell 23. From Des Moines, this is Hawkeye basketball presented by Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield from Learfield.
RE/MAX is the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics, and we understand there's a number for everything: square footage, down payment, interest rates. But how do you measure the trust you have in your agent? For a RE/MAX agent, it's not about numbers on a contract. It's being a trusted RE/MAX agent. That means you'll get honest advice, expert guidance, and someone who's committed to your success. Because while numbers count, trust is what truly matters. RE/MAX, the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics. Each office independently owned and operated.
Iowa fans, with US Mode from US Cellular, you can keep your eye on the game, not on your screen. Whether you're inside the stadium, tailgating in the lots, or listening to the game at home, US Cellular wants you to focus on genuine connections with your family, friends, and fellow Hawkeye fans. That means at game time, you should do less scrolling and more cheering. So eliminate distractions and build connections by setting your phone to US Mode, because game day is for cheering on the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! US Cellular, built for us.
This is healthy coverage of the Hawkeyes with Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Choose Wellmark and find your plan at wellmark.com. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Our mission at Oaknall is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oaknall is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oaknall.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball.
Not a lot of free throws in this game to date. Iowa leads, though, 49-23. Charity Stripe recap courtesy of Latham Seeds, Great Southern Bank, and EMC Insurance. The Hawks got to the line 9 times in the first half, made 7, and kept Bucknell off the line, just 1 of 2.
Yeah, that's good defense by the Hawks. They really ratcheted it up when they got down 10-2 and did it without fouling.
Iowa basketball with the lead at 26. 17 minutes, 18 seconds to play in the game. Hassan for 3 from the corner. Ooh, no good. Little strong. It looked good all the way. And the rebound kicks long to Williams. And he might have got away with a double dribble. Here's a 3, no good by Biziak, deep on the right wing, and cleared by Tavian Banks. Another one-and-done possession for the Bison.
7 rebounds for Tavian Banks to lead the Hawks.
Sturts around a screen by Manyow, gets to the basket, scoop layup, no good, a little bit short, put back, no good, but a foul called, and that'll be on Bucknell. Free throws coming for the Hawkeyes. Hawkeye basketball is sponsored by your Iowa John Deere dealers, proud sponsors of Hawkeye Hoops. I think it was a shooting foul, wasn't it?
I agree with you, Gary. Tavian Banks on the offensive glass once again. He's got 8 rebounds, but he'll go to the line. Should be shooting 2.
Took him a while to get there, but he's standing there now. I think they were trying to sort out who the foul was on. It was a traffic jam inside. Free throw good by Tavian. They give it to Burchich. He's got 4 fouls. He's got to come out. He can't believe it. And John Griffin says, sit down, son. Jaden Williams. Well, he went out. Now he's back in. In for Burchich is Alexander Pahutsky. Banks. That's a good looking stroke, isn't it, from the foul line?
Yeah, I like his game.
Tavian.
14 to lead the Hawks.
A quiet 14 and 8 monster rebounds. 16:38 to play, and now a poke away by Banks from guard Williams into the Bucknell bench. Tavian's doing it at both ends of the floor. 16:38 to play. Iowa's lead is 51-23 after the 2 Banks free throws. Spadone gets it in. Muscular young man from Switzerland at 6'4", 210 pounds. Here's Pahutsky, double team left of the lane. Scoop layup attempt, no good. Had no chance to get that down. Really good defense by Iowa. Banks with another rebound. He's heading for a double-double. Tate Sage in the game. Has the ball. Now to Sturts. To Hassan. Right back to Bennett. Cross-court feed to Hassan. Banks with the ball. Underhands it to Sturts. Banks for 3. No good. As Sturts behind the back pass right back to his teammate. But the shot was off to the right. Rebounded by Bucknell. Here's a lob ahead to Rio. He lost his balance. Fired the ball out near the timeline. Run down by Williams. So Bucknell keeps the possession going. 15 to shoot. Williams on a nice screen gets a layup. Well, apparently it wasn't that nice of a screen. It's a foul.
It's an illegal screen by the big fella.
A moving screen on Ruet Biziak. Oh, I take that back. It's on Doriez. Amon Doriez out of Potsdam, Germany. The young freshman's had a rough night banging bodies with all those thick Hawkeyes, most notably Banks and Cam Manyow. Timeout on the floor. Iowa's lead is 51-23. Hawkeye basketball is sponsored by Midwest One Bank. Midwest One combines sophisticated banking solutions and local expertise to deliver a custom financial strategy that is unique to your needs. Midwest One, small enough to care, big enough to deliver. Member FDIC. This is Hawkeye basketball presented by Walmart Blue Cross Blue Shield from Learfield.
Can you think of anything that costs the same today as it did 10 years ago? There isn't much. That is, unless you're a Mid-American Energy customer. Thanks to all the renewable energy we're generating, our customers pay nearly the same rate for electricity today as they did back when we were all singing, "Call Me Maybe." And with Mid-American making even more investments in clean energy, you can count on enjoying those same affordable rates for the next decade. Now that's obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
This is healthy coverage of the Hawkeyes with Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Choose Wellmark and find your plan at wellmark.com. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Life moves fast. Quick Start keeps up. Whether it's fresh coffee, a bakery treat, or take-home meals that make life easier, we've got everything you need right here. While you're fueling up with our fully guaranteed gasoline, we've got great services like free ATMs and free air. Always clean stores, clean restrooms, and a smile for your day. Hey, we're all about saving you time, money, and making life easier. Quick Star's here for you. Whenever you need us, we got you covered.
Hawk fans, be sure to visit and connect with the official Des Moines local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes, Aplos, and Community Choice Credit Union. Do you smell that? No, it's not just toast. That's the smell of your car payment becoming toast. Move your car loan to Community Choice and toast those payments for 99 days. Get started at unbankyourride.com. Loan subject to credit approval and analysis.
Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball.
It'll be Hawkeye basketball and play resumes. Welcome back, Gary Dolphin, Bobby Hansen. In downtown Des Moines at the Casey Center. Corey Sheets is our engineer-producer. Bucknell, a little 1-2-2 full court pressure to try and disrupt the Hawks and Bennett Sturts. I doubt that's going to work.
No, not going to work. Cale Combs just into the game in the second half here. Did not start. Hawson stays out there and got a three-guard lineup.
Fulgaris is back in too, who's been our star so far. Here's a hold. An obvious grab on Pahutsky. 15:27 to go in the game. Iowa's lead is 51-23. That is the third team foul on the Bison. And it comes to Sturts. He's open, passes up the shot. Fulgaris shot fake, drives in, throws it cross court to Combs, to Sturts. Now Fulgaris lobs up a three. That's short. And hauled out of there by Pahutsky. Alexander Pahutsky from Scarborough, Ontario. This is an international lineup for sure. Here's a throw baseline left to the freshman Dorius. He drives into a double team, throws it to the wing. Now they reverse the ball weak side. Back to Pahutsky. And a baseline drive and a blocking foul is called on Iowa. They're going to get Bennett Sturts. 14:54 to play. Howson is called for the foul, not Sturts. They tried to shut the baseline off on the big fella, Dorius. Now Williams will inbound it. Here's a corner three. That is short. Offered again by Ruud Biziak. Here come the Hawks running, and a dunk. Tate Sage. Well, he just glides down the floor at 6'7", doesn't he?
He does. He gets off the floor quick, too, Gary, and he is just getting better and better.
A three in transition is no good by Spadone. 14.5 to go in the game. Iowa extends the lead to 30. 53-23. This was a 10-2 game 3 minutes into the contest. So, figure it out. That's 13 points in the last 20 minutes by Bucknell. Fulgaris trapped in a double team right of the lane, and now we've got a jump ball called, and neither Williams or Fulgaris
double tech
is willing to let go of the basketball, so we're going to get a double technical. Well, Jaden Williams is 5'10", 180 pounder. He's like a fullback, and he's out of the Bronx, New York, so he's got an element of toughness to him, but he's trying to arm wrestle 6'9" Al Fulgaris. And they blew the whistle, and clearly it was a jump ball, but neither would let go. It was a stare down with the basketball. And now a double technical called on Fulgaris and Williams. That counts as a personal against each. So on the alternating arrow, it is Bucknell basketball, and they immediately throw it away. Crowd loves it. Biziak pitched it behind Williams, out of bounds. That is the 17th turnover on the Bison. They won their first 2 games of the year, then lost 9 in a row. They had some injury problems in the guard court, and it showed. They out-defensed Ryder the other night, 51-38. Bennett starts with a step-back 3. Spadone backed off on him, and Bennett knifes in a 3 from 22 feet.
Pretty shot that time. Took what the defense gave him, and that was a step-back 3.
Sturts with 8 points. He's got 4 field goals. Here's a shot inside, good, by Amon Dorius. And the Hawks running, and a dunk at the other end by Isaiah Howard. Well, a lot of fans in this city remember these guys were wearing blue and white uniforms a year ago at Drake and performing some of the same antics. Here's a nice spin, dribble drive move, and a layup by Achille Spadone. They're scoring at will now, 57-27. The Hawkeye lead stays at 30 with 13:09 to go in the game. Folgaris inside, goes baseline right, misses the first shot, puts it up and in with the putback. Kind of lost the handle on the first attempt, but played catch with himself and laid it up and in off the glass. Folgaris with 17. He leads Iowa, 14 for Banks. Tavion's got 9 rebounds. Here's a strip. Great play by Isaiah Howard as he ripped the ball away from the freshman Dorius. Hawks are running. Folgaris is fouled from behind. They're going to get Spadone for the push of another beautiful feed by Bennett Sturts. Trevin Urach will get a nice hand from the crowd as he trots onto the floor. The 6'11 freshman from West Des Moines. Folgaris comes out. Great effort by Al. And the crowd recognizing Trevin Urach's appearance gives him a thunderous round of applause. Multiple All-Stater, led West Des Moines Valley to multiple state championships during his sparkling high school career. Here's Howard into the corner, a 3 for Combs. It's good. Lefty rings it up off the dish from Howard. Combs with a 3, and Iowa's lead is 62-27. 12:19 to play. Into the front court, it's Pahutsky. A corner 3, that's good by Pahutsky. Alexander Pahutsky shoots 37% from 3. Nice exchange, well executed play in the half court. 62-30. Iowa's lead is 32. And a kick out of bounds. It'll stay with Iowa. 22 to shoot. 12:01 to play in the game. Both teams have been pretty much man-to-man all night. Urach for Combs. Crossover dribble. Urach sets a screen. Gets the ball, gives it right back to Combs. Now to Howard. Urach top of the circle. Finds the leader. Sturts right back to Trevin. To the wing. Sage for 3. It's good. Tate Sage rattles it in. Ball touched 4 Hawkeyes and never hit the floor.
Yeah, and pretty fine by the freshman Trevin Urach, who received the basketball at the free throw line area. Turn look opposite, and there was the shooter to knock it down, and that's Tate Sage.
65-30 Iowa. 11.5 to go here at the Casey Center in Des Moines. Shot up and good off the glass. Nice move by Pahutsky. Got a couple nice baskets, a 3, and then a beautiful baseline drive and a shot fake. Kissed it in off the glass. Now it's 65-32 Iowa. 11:10 to go. Urach hands off to Sturts. Deflected right back to Urach. And now a double dribble called on Trevin. Oh, I thought the ball got knocked loose. Yeah, not sure that was a double dribble, but they called it. And not going to affect the outcome of the game. 9 turnovers on Iowa. Timeout on the floor. Hawks on cruise control, leading at 65-32. In front of a little better than 10,000 here in Des Moines on a Saturday night Christmas holiday. 11:02 to go. We're back to Casey Center in a minute. This is Hawkeye basketball, presented by Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield from Learfield.
Midwest One believed in us and gave us the money to get started, and it was great.
We're talking with Jack Piper of Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack.
In 2005, they were there when we opened Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack. They've been there every step of the way with funding and great feedback on how to expand our brand. Midwest One Bank has been great, and with the recent uncertain times, we got through it, thanks to Midwest One Bank.
Midwest One Bank, simply better banking. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Iowa Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
This is healthy coverage of the Hawkeyes with Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Choose Wellmark and find your plan at wellmark.com. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Iowa fans, with US Mode from US Cellular, you can keep your eye on the game, not on your screen. Whether you're inside the stadium, tailgating in the lots, or listening to the game at home, US Cellular wants you to focus on genuine connections with your family, friends, and fellow Hawkeye fans. That means at game time, you should do less scrolling and more cheering. So eliminate distractions and build connections by setting your phone to US Mode, because game day is for cheering on the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! US Cellular, built for us.
Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball.
Bobby Hansen and Gary Dolphin, our engineer-producer Corey Sheets. We've had a fun stay last night and a fun day today here in the capital city of Des Moines. Iowa leading 65-32 over the Bison of Bucknell. It was a 10-2 early run for Bucknell, but boy, did that disappear in a hurry. Thanks to a number of Hawkeyes, most notably Fulgaris off the bench, reined in back-to-back threes. Fulgaris with the team leading 17 points, 14 points, 9 rebounds for Tavion Banks, and 6 steals for Isaiah Howard. That's pretty impressive. Hawkeye basketball is sponsored by University of Iowa Healthcare. Here for you no matter where you are in the state. Changing medicine and changing lives for all of Iowa and beyond. Visit uihealthcare.org. Coming up December 30th, we'll be in Tampa. It's the Fight for Iowa ReliaQuest Bowl preview show presented by Hills Bank. Live from Splitsville at Sparkman Wharf in Channelside from 3 until 4:30 Central Time. Hawk fans, if you're headed to Tampa, join us at Splitsville as Pat Anger and I break down the matchup between Iowa and Vanderbilt in the ReliaQuest Bowl on New Year's Eve afternoon. We'll talk with players, have coaches interviews, welcome special guests. Catch the show on the Hawkeye Radio Network and on YouTube. Here's a turnover on the Bison of Bucknell. They worked it into the half court, and then the big fella, all 6'11" of them, Amon Durius, mishandled a pass along the baseline, fumbled it away out of bounds. It's 19 turnovers on the Bison. So Hawkeye basketball, 10:35 to go in this one, and Iowa leading comfortably 65-32. Pahutsky, who's had a nice 5-minute stretch here with a 3 and a 2, leaves the game in favor of Spadone, who's got 4 fouls. Here's Sage inside to Trevin Urach. Jump hook it up there, son. There he goes. Leaned in and scooped it up and in instead, and the hometown product of the Hawkeyes, West Des Moines Valley, gets his first basket, and the crowd loving it.
Man, a nice move too, Gary. Good footwork.
Here's another steal by the Hawkeye guards, and Combs takes it the distance and lays it up and in. Hawks are rolling it up now, 69-32 on the Bison. Iowa is checking that. That's 13 steals by Iowa, Bobby. That's great hands defense. Here's a pass into the corner for the Bison. Williams pass to Dorius. Foul called as Dorius made the catch. Not a shooting foul. He took it to the basket. Correction, 15 steals by Iowa.
That's a lot in a basketball game.
That is.
But they do have 20 turnovers. So.
Yeah, right. Open to charges by the Des Moines Police Department. 15 steals. But in a good way, obviously. In it comes to Juriak. Here's a corner 3 by the big fella from Hawkeye, and it's no good off the front of the iron. He hit his first 3 looks, and since then, Biziak has struggled with his jump shot. Not the Hawks, though. Combs with a pop-up jumper left of the lane. Hawks wasting no time bringing the ball down and scoring. 71-32. You think this could be a 50-point lead after that first 5 minutes. Wow. But that's who these Hawkeyes are. Here's another turnover on Bucknell. Well, it should be a turnover on Bucknell. But
I think Isaiah Howard tipped that ball.
But I thought he tipped it off at Dorius, but it doesn't matter at this point. Saves a turnover for Bucknell. They've had a basket full of them here this evening. So Bucknell will keep the ball. Jaden Williams with it. He takes a peek inside. Nobody home, so he goes to Spadone on the wing. Back to Williams. Here's a corner three on the way and an air ball. Thrown up there by Jacob Meacham, and now a foul called on Bucknell. Isaiah Howard hit the deck. He's hurting. That was way away from the play, so I don't know if he just stumbled as he turned to come down the floor or what, but he crumpled into a heap. He's going to come out of the game. Looks like he's going to be okay.
Took a shot in the nose, I think. That'll water your eyes.
That will blur your vision. 8:55 to go in the game. Sturtz to Urach. Baseline, nice feed. Shot up and a dunk by Banks. Boy, what ball movement. Sturtz to Urach to Banks. And Tavion with the smash down. 73-32, Hawkeyes.
Got to get one more rebound for Tavion. He's got 16 points and 9 rebounds.
Dorius throws into the near corner. Cat quick guard. Jacob Meacham throws it back to the wing. A long three is no good. Rebound poked away. Hassan to Sturtz. Poked it away from Spadone. And with 4 fouls, he had to be careful. So the Hawks come up with another loose ball. Here's Bennett. Bounces it to Urach. Baseline right for Banks. 14 to shoot. Out top for Hassan. He's 40 feet away, but he's got range like that. Works the dribble in. Now to Urach. Right inside. A pass. It should have been a shoving foul, but Combs goes right around Biziak and lays it up and in. Biziak with a 2-hand shove in the back. And I'm with the officials. Let him play on. But a nice spin move after that went right around Biziak for the layup. 7:38 to play. And here's a blocking foul called on Iowa's Brendan Hassan. That'll bring us to an official's timeout. 7:36 to play in the game. Iowa 75, Bucknell 32. This is Hawkeye basketball from Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield in Learfield.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is healthy coverage of the Hawkeyes with Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Choose Wellmark and find your plan at wellmark.com. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game, honoring those who serve at every Hawkeye game. Just as our veterans safeguard our freedom, American Equity helps protect your financial future. Named one of Newsweek's most trustworthy insurance companies in America 3 years in a row, American Equity delivers secure retirement income with the service you deserve. Join American Equity in honoring and thanking all who serve our country.
Hawk fans, be sure to visit and connect with the official Des Moines local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes, AFLOS, and Community Choice Credit Union. In football, champions execute flawless strategies. Your company's health plan should too. AFLOS offers crystal clear costs, intelligent provider networks, same-day appointments, and embedded pharmacy savings. Help your team thrive. Discover your playbook at aflos.health.
Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball.
Hawkeyes rolling now at 75-32 with 7:35 to go in the game. 75-32 over Bucknell. Hawks have 17 from Alfo Garris, 16 points, 9 rebounds from Tavion Banks. How about Cale Combs? He's got 11 points. He's in double figures now. Bennett Sturtz, a quiet night offensively, but man, has he been involved. 6 assists to go with his 8 points. And 7 steals. Combs, Combs.
Let me take a look.
He's got the 7
steals as our player of the game,
Isaiah Howard. That's right. But that just begins to tell the story. One guy, 16 steals. Or check that. How many steals?
A lot.
17? 15 steals. And that could be the most for an Iowa team in a long time. We're double checking on that to make sure. Missed shot by Spadone of Bucknell. And the Hawkeyes get the rebound with 7:26 to go. Yeah, 15 steals for the Hawkeyes. House in a deep 3. No good off the right of the iron. Had a good look at it.
That would have been a 4-point shot.
Burchich clears for the Bison. Here's Dorius, double teamed, has the ball knocked away by Combs. And it'll stay with Bucknell. Happy birthday to Aaron and Ben, twins, turning 30. Ben and Aaron, happy birthday, Hawk fans. Hi to Craig, he's tuned in Bismarck, North Dakota. 7 minutes to go in the game. And it's all Iowa since about the 15-minute mark of the first half. Hawks got down 10-2, but got their feet underneath them after a week of finals, and they took off on a 23-4 run and never looked back. Shot clock violation as the guard Williams let it go. The Hawks get the rebound. We play on. Urak lobs up a 3, rattles in and out, no good.
Give it to him.
The home crowd. Yeah, give it to him. The home crowd was on its feet, but had to quickly sit back down. Trevin's got a good-looking shot from 3.
You bet.
6:32 to go. It'll stay with Iowa. Knocked out of bounds off Bucknell out of the Patriot League.
A little more work on that shot. Get a little more arc.
Absolutely.
Right there.
Hey, you're going to take another one. This is a long 3 again. Hit the iron on the back of the heel of the iron and carry him to the corner. Run down there by Pahutsky of Bucknell. 6:20 to go in the game. Iowa 75, the Bison 32. And Iowa defense shining again. Here's another near steal by Tate Sage. Well, it was a steal, and the ball knocked away by Spadone. It'll stay with Iowa. Joey Mattione, another prize member of that freshman class, comes into the game. Tavian Banks has played his last. What a night for TB.
Oh, he had a great night. Didn't get that 10th rebound, but 9 rebounds to go along with 16 points, 4 of 8 shooting, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. 23 minutes, 16 points, Tavian Banks.
Outstanding free throw shooting by Banks and the Hawkeyes. Here's Urak back for Iowa. Finds Hawson in the corner. Jump step. Now backs the dribble out. Double team, gets rid of it, scores! Knocked to the floor. And as he's laying on the hardwood, the ball went right through. Everybody's all smiles on that Iowa bench. I mean, he's 6'4", 215 pounds. He's a big guy and it's strong.
Absolutely he is, and knows how to get buckets, Brendan Hawson does. Just looking for a little more time. Coach McCollum started him in the second half and responded with a nice half.
Played a lot. He's got now 3 points, an and 1, and he's got 3 rebounds. He's a physical player. He will be a crowd favorite when the Big Ten action gets here in a couple weeks. UCLA comes to town January 3rd. You may want to get your tickets now. Here's a pass deflected off a Hawkeye, Mattione, but right to a Bison. And a corner 3 on the way. No good and long. Urak clears. The missed shot is Spadone. So the Hawks have Combs and Urak, Tate Sage, Joey Mattione, and Brendan Hawson on the floor. Smaller Iowa lineup with the exception of Urak. Hawks spread the floor, burns some clock. Hawson, a step back 3, looks good, is good. A triple for Brendan Hawson. And watch out, he might score 20 in a 2-minute stretch.
You never know. If you leave that kid open, it's automatic.
Hawkeyes expand the lead to 81-32. Here's Spadone. Bounce, no-look pass in the lane to Burchich, back to the wing, and a 3 is missed by Dorius. Iowa rebound. No hurry. Combs walks the ball up the floor. I think Coach has played everybody, hasn't he? I think he's got everybody into the game. Here's Hassan. Thought about a shot. Urach's going to try a three one more time. No good. A little strong. And the rebound hauled off by the Bison. Burchich. Dorius at 6'11". Good-looking freshman. He drives inside. Jump passes to the wing. Picked off by Hassan. This Iowa team will gobble you up defensively, and that is turnover number 22 for Bucknell.
And steal number 16 as a team for the Hawkeyes.
They might be threatening the school record or the single game record. Hassan misfires on a jump shot with 4 minutes to play. And here's a run out and a layup good. Hawks Tardy getting back on defense. Nice pass to Burchich from Dorius, and he lays it up and in. First basket in a while for the Bison. 81-34 Hawkeyes. 3:45 to go. Combs drives all the way in underneath the basket. Throws it to Hassan right wing. He circles center of the floor to Sage. Now to Mattioni. Back to Hassan. The K-State transfer. Throws to Sage. Back to Hassan. Step back three. Yeah. Hardly tickled the twine down through. 2 threes now for Brendan.
Yeah, he's got it stuck on automatic now. Brendan Hassan, a sweet stroke. Back-to-back threes and 9 total points for the Amarillo assassin.
Nobody can get to double figures quicker than Hassan. I know that. There's a pass knocked out of bounds intended for Dorius inside. It'll be off Iowa and 15 to shoot for Bucknell when we come back. 3 minutes, 10 seconds to play in the game, and the Hawkeyes lead is 84-32. This is Hawkeye basketball presented by Walmart Blue Cross Blue Shield from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Hawkeye Radio Network Bowl Week coverage begins from Tampa on December 26th with daily Fight for Iowa podcasts. Then on December 30th, join us from Splitsville and Channelside for the Fight for Iowa Bowl Preview Show from 4 to 5:30 Eastern. And on December 31st, it's the Relia Quest Bowl featuring Iowa versus Vanderbilt. Pregame at 9 a.m. and kickoff just after 11. Bowl Week coverage is presented by Hills Bank, banking on community. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Member FDIC.
Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball.
Bobby Hansen has a Midwest One Bank quick stat. Midwest One, small enough to care, big enough to deliver. Member FDIC. It's been a night for steals for the Hawkeyes.
Boy, they had their theft gloves on, if you will. What do we got? Total steals for the Hawkeyes is a lot, I guess. Let me look here. 16 total steals. And for the Hawkeyes, Isaiah Howard has 7. And we've been frantically searching the record book in, we think, 9. Kenyon Murray and A.C. Earl.
That's the school record, so he got close to it. Kenyon Murray and A.C. Earl, each with 9 steals. Now, the 7 steals by Howard is the most in an Iowa game since Eric May versus SIU Edwardsville. And that ties for the 4th most in a single game in Iowa history. The NCAA record for steals in a game, 13 steals by Mookie Blaylock, the former Oklahoma Sooner. Mookie was a great player. Quick. He was fast, lightning fast.
Yeah, had low center of gravity, and he could get after you.
Darren Mookie Blaylock.
Never knew him as Darren.
There's a name out of the past. Well, we found out his first name tonight.
I knew it was Mookie.
Bucknell scores on the inbounds pass Jump shot up and in for Achille Spadone from Geneva, Switzerland. Iowa 84 and Bucknell 36. Urach comes right back with a banker off glass right of the lane. Freshman center gives Iowa an 86-36, an even 50-point spread with 2:44 to go in the game. Here's Ryut Biziak. He throws it away. The young man from Hawkeyes slid along the right baseline. Length of the court pass, beautifully done by Cale Combs, and a layup for Tate Sage. Substitution timeouts coming in for Bucknell. Excuse me, Joey Mattione got the catch in the lay-in. Toughest part of that play was the catch.
In
up
traffic,
to get it.
all the way on the baseline. Then one little dribble backwards and got first basket of the game for Joey Mattione, the redshirt freshman.
Out of Oklahoma. Speaking of Mookie Blaylock, that's where Joey's from. No, I'm wrong. Overland Park, Kansas is where he's from. Tate Sage is from Oklahoma. And the substitutes, both benches are emptied now completely. Matt Lang out of Newtown Square, Pennsylvania. Bucknell immediately throws it away.
Guess what? Another steal.
Kellen Welch out of Richmond, Virginia, tosses the ball away. 24 turnovers on Bucknell. Here's a jump shot. Good by the walk-on Jacob Cook from Iowa City. Gets his name in the scorer's book. Christmas present for Jake out of Iowa City West. Iowa 90 and Bucknell 36. Here's a short jump shot, way short. Rebounded though by Bucknell. Long three from the top of the key is no good. That offered up by Patrick O'Brien. Offensive rebound, a rare offensive rebound for Bucknell. O'Brien sets a screen. Here's a drive to the basket and a layup attempt by Jacob Meacham. No good, but he's fouled, and free throws coming for Bucknell. Hawkeye foul is on Cale Combs. He's the only regular still out there for Iowa. Jacob Cook, Joey Mattione, Tate Sage, and Trevin Urach. Three freshmen, a walk-on, and Cale Combs. Free throws coming for Meacham. He makes the first. Pottstown, Pennsylvania. What was the Spike Jones song years ago? Just uptown from beautiful downtown Pottstown on the banks of the Monongahela River.
Wow. You got me, my man.
I'm easily entertained. Well, the Pottstown native Jacob Meacham makes them both. Minute 14 to go. 90-38 Iowa. Cook, jumper in the lane, no good. Mattione had his hands on the ball, knocked away by O'Brien. It'll stay with Iowa. And back in for the Bison comes Alexander Pahutsky. And exiting for the last time is Ryut Biziak, the native of Des Moines, or Hawkeyes, West Des Moines Valley. Biziak heads out of the game with 9 points, 3 of 10 from the field, 3 of 9 from 3. All 3 of those came in the first 5 minutes when they
he was on fire.
Yeah, they got the lead up to 10-2, but boy, how it changed in a hurry. Here's a dunk by Mattione. A line drive pass by Jacob Cook from the wing underneath to Mattione, and he stuffs it through. Now, John Griffin is unhappy about, I'm not sure what he's unhappy about, maybe about the dunk. Here's another steal. An errant toss all the way, laying it up in his Combs. And the Hawks are at 94-38. John Griffin is really barking at Brooks Wells over there about something. 35 seconds to play in the game. There's a pass into the corner, baseline drive by Meacham. He hands off to his teammate Kellen Welch, and he's fouled. 27.8 to go. Well, you know what I like about Ben McCollum? He's letting them run the offense. These guys work hard in practice every day.
I think it's mandatory.
Absolutely.
You run the offense.
Execute, execute, execute. And they're not going to stop you. Score. Welch free throw, no good. 27.8 to go, 94-38. Stay with us for the U.S. Cellular postgame show immediately following the game. Second free throw is good by Kellen Welch. That makes it 94-39.
Should be it.
I would think they just walk it up and let the clock run out. Final score will be 94-39. Well, an ugly start to the game, but man, did it turn into a Cinderella in a hurry.
It did. The Hawks, really tightened up the defense on them and just did not allow Bucknell to get comfortable. And Bijak, Ruat Bijak, the star in the first half, but he was held scoreless in the second.
Final score, Hawkeyes 94. They literally steal one, 94-39 over Bucknell. We're coming back with the U.S. Cellular postgame show here on the Hawkeye Radio Network. Iowa basketball has been brought to you tonight by Wimmers at the game or at home. Wimmers premium quality hot dogs. Score with family and friends. Take the highest quality beef and pork, combine it with natural spices, and you get the best tasting Midwestern hot dog. Wimmers, the official hot dog of the Hawks. And in Iowa, we grow corn. Those Hogs love that Iowa corn. The truth is, corn grows Iowa, and that includes the fuel in our vehicles. So when you fill her up, pump it up with unleaded 88 and support Iowa's corn farmers. Postgame is straight ahead. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
You've been listening to healthy coverage of Hawkeye basketball, presented by Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Choose Wellmark for coverage you can count on. Find your plan at wellmark.com. Also brought to you by Bud Light, proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Honda. To see how Honda crushes the competition, see your local Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Made right here in Iowa since 1895. And by U.S. Cellular, the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, built for us. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Dives for lunch.
The Juicy Lucy. Essentially, it's a burger, but with cheese on the inside.
James Beard Award winners for dinner.
French technique, but Midwestern ingredients. It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Hawkeye fans, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes, the Banks Student Living and Kirkwood Hotel. Come home to luxury living at the Banks Student Living, located just minutes from the U of I, with a 24/7 fitness center, resort-style pool, sauna, private study rooms, and so much more. With studio to 4-bedroom floor plans available, it's time to find your future home by visiting thebanksiowa.com or calling 319-249-6575 today.
Happy Honda Days are here. The best time to save on a certified pre-owned Honda at your local Honda dealer. See big savings on all certified pre-owned Honda cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Plus, you're Honda backed with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Every certified pre-owned Honda goes through a 182-point inspection and is reconditioned like new by factory-trained technicians with genuine Honda parts. To save on a certified pre-owned Honda, search your local Honda dealer today.
RE/MAX is the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics, and we understand there's a number for everything: square footage, down payment, interest rates. But how do you measure the trust you have in your agent? For a RE/MAX agent, it's not about numbers on a contract. It's being a trusted RE/MAX agent. That means you'll get honest advice, expert guidance, and someone who's committed to your success. Because while numbers count, trust is what truly matters. RE/MAX, the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics. Each office independently owned and operated.
Midwest One believed in us and gave us the money to get started, and it was great.
We're talking with Jack Piper of Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack.
In 2005, they were there when we opened Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack. They've been there every step of the way with funding and great feedback on how to expand our brand. Midwest One Bank has been great, and with the recent uncertain times, we got through it, thanks to Midwest One Bank.
Midwest One Bank. Simply better banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
In Minnesota, we don't hide from winter. We embrace it. When there's a nip in the air, we take on the trails. For every layer you wear, there's a new experience waiting for you.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, Hawkeye Basketball has been brought to you by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, just minutes south of Iowa City. By your local Ford dealers. Mid-American Energy. Working together is how you win. That's why Mid-American Energy's roster of wind, solar, and other energy sources works together to keep your service safe and reliable 24/7. Learn more at midamericanenergy.com. And by University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. This is the U.S. Cellular postgame show. U.S. Cellular, the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
He gets it high post right to Dorius. He's stripped. The big fella tried to dribble it in. Hawks running and a dunk for the lead. Tate Sage to Isaiah Howard. Isaiah Howard, our Old Dominion best in the game tonight. The Hawks got down early, 10-2. And then rattled off 13, 15 consecutive points to go up 17-10. And you talk about putting the Bison of Bucknell in their rearview mirror after that rugged start, that first 5 minutes of the game. Hawks got the lead about 6 minutes in and never looked back and won it going away 94-39. And it had a lot to do with Isaiah Howard. 6 points, made 3 of 4 field goals, but 7 steals. He was crowding the record book at the University of Iowa. Eric May had 7 a few years back. Kenyon Murray and A.C. Earl have the record with 9 steals in a game. 7 tonight for Isaiah Howard. He is our Old Dominion best in the game, and we'll get Isaiah here with us in just a couple minutes. Old Dominion striving the best to be the best in their game. They work hard to be the best in their game, and they're proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Like Isaiah Howard, played 16 total minutes with 6 points, 7 steals, a couple rebounds, a block shot, and an assist for good measure. As the Hawkeyes defense really shine through. Really from the get-go, Bobby, they turned the ball over 2 or 3 times at the offensive end of the floor. That just got them out of kilter for 5-6 minutes to start the game, but crowd got into it. Bennett Sturts got into it, and they took off with that 15-0 run.
Yeah, they really did, and it was the bench energy, Isaiah Howard, Alvaro Folgueras, that really got them going, Gary. Got the crowd going in there, but, to be expected, a long week of exams and final essays that they have to submit, the kids did, but they got it turned around really quick with that energy off the bench, and three-point shooting led 43-21 at half and win by almost 50 points here at 55 points. So 94. Outstanding effort here by the Hawks.
Yeah, 94-39. Hawks led 43-21 by halftime. And it only got worse for the visiting Bison of Bucknell out of the Patriot League. We wish them all the best going forward. This Bucknell program has won multiple Patriot League regular season championships, including last season. This is no stiff, no pushover that Iowa faced, but man, they got it under control after the first 5 minutes. Usually it's either Colgate or Bucknell that wins that league, and they've got Army, Navy, Lehigh. They've got some good basketball programs in that conference, but the Hawks were certainly too much for them tonight. Thanks to Old Dominion, who brings you our best in the game each and every game night, and Isaiah Howard will join us right after the team meeting in the locker room. Our postgame coverage is brought to you by the official wireless partner of Iowa and Iowa basketball. U.S. Cellular reminds you that on game days, your hands are for cheering, not texting. Because game days are built for the Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. Station ID break here on the Hawkeye Radio Network. You're listening to Iowa Basketball. Hawk fans are happy in Lake Mills, Lake Delhi, Lake Panorama, Lakeview, Lake Park. Got a lot of lakes in Iowa. Beautiful lakes. Most of them are frozen over, but they're thawing out in a hurry.
Thaw out here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, with 40 or 50 degree temperatures predicted, they sure will. So be careful if you still plan to do a little ice fishing this weekend. There was one review in tonight's game after Al Falgaris took a finger to the eye, but it was totally unintentional. All of our video reviews this season are brought to you by Athletico Physical Therapy. All plays under review, sponsored by Athletico. You don't need a jersey to move with purpose or permission to take your healing seriously. At Athletico, recovery fuels what's possible. Move like you mean it. Schedule your free assessment at athletico.com. Proud partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Iowa wins at 94-39. Back with more U.S. Cellular postgame show in a minute. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Everyone knows the BBB is the Better Business Bureau, but depending on what you need, it's the Better Plumber Bureau, the Better Auto Mechanic Bureau, the Better Accountant Bureau. That's because the BBB connects people with businesses they can trust. So think of the BBB as the better check that business out first so you don't get ripped off bureau. Be smart. Always look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Tournament Club of Iowa, designed by golf legend Arnold Palmer. TCI is his only signature course in the state. TCI is a public course offering a challenging yet enticing experience for golfers of all levels and is managed by Kaler Golf. Cap off your round with breathtaking views and a delicious meal at the TCI Bar and Grill. Looking for a unique setting for your wedding party or outing? Look no further than the newly renovated clubhouse at TCI. Visit tcofiowa.com to book your tee time today.
Attention Hawkeye fans, Big Grove is proud to be an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Whether you're at the game or watching from home, Big Grove has got you covered. Enjoy an easy Eddie from the stands or visit them for every Hawkeye game at any of their 4 convenient Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, or Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! Big Grove Brewery, an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
Craving something sweet? Step into the flavor of a good old-fashioned bake sale, Quickstar style. Satisfy your sweet tooth with our premium donuts. Choose from Quickstar's fluffy long johns, rich Persians, classic Bismarcks, or ring donuts. So delicious, just like the ones at your hometown bake sale. Do you remember those fresh oven-baked cookies your grandma used to make? So good. Well, the Quickery's got them. Our cookies are just like the ones from back in the day. Let's head straight to the bake sale, only at Quickstar. Treat yourself today.
Hawk fans, be sure to visit and connect with the official Des Moines local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes, Aplos, and Community Choice Credit Union. Do you smell that? No, it's not just toast. That's the smell of your car payment becoming toast. Move your car loan to Community Choice and toast those payments for 99 days. Get started at unbankyourride.com. Loan subject to credit approval and analysis.
Starts with 8 points. He's got 4 field goals. Here's a shot inside, good, by Amon Dorius. And the Hawks running, and a dunk at the other end by Isaiah Howard. Isaiah Howard just snuck behind the defense for the Hawks for running on misses and makes. And, of course, if Benestert's got the ball in his hands, he's going to find an open teammate. And he did there with our player of the game, our Old Dominion Freight Line player of the game. That is Isaiah Howard. Isaiah logged 16 minutes with 6 points, 7 steals, and a couple rebounds for good measure. It was, what did we end up with? 15 steals for the game? Check that. 19 steals, Isaiah, for the game. I think it just speaks volumes for what the Iowa defense is all about.
Yeah, you know, Coach Mack always preaches defense, just staying solid.
steals can not be solid, can be solid, but just sticking together as a defense and staying together as a unit.
You guys were really jumping a lot of wing route passes and going the other way before you know it.
Yeah, it just very good instinct. We have good players with good instincts and a good feel for the game. So as long as we can keep doing that and not start game winning and not getting the ball and whiffing, and they start scoring. So as long as we can keep getting the ball on those gambles, I think we should be all right.
Isaiah, when you sit there at the start of the game and watch what's going on, and all of a sudden that kid Ruat is knocking down threes, and you find yourself down 10-2, what are you thinking, and what's the message from Coach McCollum?
Just stay together. Pick it up, pick up our energy. I'm sorry, but yeah, just pick up our energy, stay together, and keep our head up.
We were blaming it on final exams. I think that's legitimate to a certain degree, right? But
a little bit.
You still got to play the game. Biziak hit those first 3 threes, didn't score again, ended up 3 for 10. But it looked like you didn't really change anything defensively. You guys were just the Hawks turned it over 3 times in the first few minutes. Just get your feet underneath you and do what you know you can do best.
For sure. And just picking up our defensive intensity, our pressure on the ball, our hand activity, trying to get deflections, but just mainly keeping our pressure up on defense.
I thought one of the things we could get done in this game, key to the game, was get everybody involved. Develop that reserve bench in there, and I think you did that tonight. Everybody got to feel good inside that locker room.
For sure, it was fun. Seeing some players get in, get some buckets, and letting everybody eat a little bit. So yeah, it's definitely fun to see that.
Now, you mentioned a moment ago about how everybody was involved at the defensive end of the floor, particularly where steals are concerned. Isaiah Howard, Hawk fans, had 7. But Cale Combs had 3 picks. Bennett Sturtz with 3 steals. 2 each by Tate Sage, Trevin Urach, and a couple of singular steals by Tavion Banks and Jacob Cooks. I mean, that's just amazing how everybody feeds off one guy. You're the leader in the steals department. Everybody else say, hey, man, this is fun.
Yeah, for sure. Just
breakaway runs.
Yeah, it's always a good time getting on a fast break and hopefully getting a dunk maybe.
And then points off turnovers, 40-3. You guys outscore them there. So that jumps off the stat page there.
For sure.
That's what great defense does. Bucknell scored 10 points in the first 6 minutes and 29 points in the final 34 minutes. So that gives you a nice boost heading into the off week before you play again on the 29th. One more tune-up before the Big Ten.
For sure. Getting a little break for Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. But yeah, going home, seeing the family for Christmas, and coming back and working hard for the second half of the season.
Well, enjoy the holiday. Congratulations on your performance tonight. The Hawks are 10-2.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty good for the first dozen, huh?
Yes, sir.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Thanks,
Christmas.
Isaiah.
Yeah.
Happy holidays to you, buddy.
You too.
UMass, University of Massachusetts Lowell, will be Iowa's final non-conference affair. That at Carver Hawkeye Arena on December 29th at 4 p.m. In the afternoon. So get your tickets at 1-800-IA Hawks, or just walk into the Hawkeye ticket office any day next week and pick up your ducats. Coach McCollum is going to join us next. Yeah, we're going to take a break, but if Ben's ready to join us, we'll get him in and out of here. He's brought to you by your great Iowa John Deere dealers like Bodensteiner Implement Company. Bodensteiner has locations in Claremont, Decorah, Cresco, Dyersville, and Elkader. I thought Coach was here, but James Allen is going to get him. So we'll take a break, come back with Coach McCollum next as Iowa defeats Bucknell 94-39. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Hawk fans, stop in and visit the newly renovated guest rooms at Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. Stay within walking distance of Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of Hawk Talk with Jan Jensen and Ben McCollum. Come together at Hyatt Regency Coralville, where everything you need is right here.
We love it when the Hawkeyes do their thing, because if there's anyone who can appreciate building a legacy, it's John Deere. We've been growing our team since 1837, recruiting the best thinkers, doers, and makers to craft innovations that outpace the competition. Because whether it's cultivating the earth with a tractor or reshaping it with a 40-ton excavator, the machines we build are building America. Nothing runs like a Deere.
You power
Power your day with passion and purpose. It's the same for Alliant Energy. We're modernizing the grid, blending new, renewable, and traditional energy sources to meet growing demand safely and reliably. We're rising to the challenge to meet your energy needs today and for generations to come. Visit AlliantEnergy.com/poweringbeyond to learn more.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? Let's break it down. Innovative tech means smarter and safer driving. Intelligent all-wheel drive will keep you ready for anything. And built Ford tough trucks will always get the job done. Plus, come into your local Ford store today and get super low APR financing, big cash back, and great lease offers on Ford's full line of cars, trucks, and SUVs. That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Sales claim based on calendar year sales.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, or just needs someone to listen, 988 provides a direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball. Visit MidwestOne.bank for empowered money management. Member FDIC.
Here Sturtz leading the charge, but he's 1-on-4. Back to a trailing Fulgaris. His three is good. Rattles it in. Hawks just... That was part of a 15-0 run by Iowa after a rugged first 2 or 3 minutes of the game. Iowa went up 17-10. And never looked back, outscoring Bucknell 23-4 as we welcome in Iowa basketball coach Ben McCullum. You take out those first few minutes, Coach, it was a near perfect performance.
Yeah, no, I was pretty worried about this team. It was just they're really well coached. They run their actions very, very sharp, and you saw that coming out. And we got behind a little bit, got behind a few of their plays, and then we kind of buckled down defensively. And we're able to do some things and get some deflections and get out and get some easy buckets.
Yeah, Fulgaris hopped off the bench, really gave you a spark. He nailed 3 threes and 4 shots, and that really jump-started you, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of what we expected when we recruited him. You know, I think he's starting to figure it out a little bit. You know, obviously, yeah, we need him to do that in the Big Ten. You know, that's what we're hopeful for, and I thought he played great tonight.
And, Coach, everybody contributed, which I think is, going into a holiday break, post-finals exam week, and everybody gets a taste of it and got to go home enjoying it all.
Yeah, I think everybody feels pretty good about it, for the most part. Tavion's mad at me because he didn't get a double-double, so he's going to give me coal for Christmas. But other than that, no, it was a good game, good turnout. We want to do this again, try to fill this place and see what happens.
Yeah, they sold 10,000 tickets. They had almost 9,000 show up, Coach. The place holds 16,000. There's no reason they can't sell it out. The Hawks are revered here in Central Iowa.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's something that we need to plan on doing. So we'll find a way to get it together.
Tavion, for the record, had 16 points, 9 rebounds. He made 7 of 8 free throws. He had a pretty good game, even though he's upset he didn't get the double-double. But what I liked is it wasn't your defense at the start of the game. The Hawks turned the ball over 2 or 3 times in the offensive end, but you stay the course with that defense that has been successful and works.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just defensively, that's what we need to be able to do is guard people and kind of impose our will. And, we've done that. We're getting better at it. I know the guys get probably tired of the same drills every day, but, they just get a little bit better every day, and eventually good things will happen.
And Coach Brendan Hawson, he got the start in the second half and responded. He knocked down some long-range shots. Just talk about his progression.
Yeah, no, I thought he played good. I just, we just kind of mix and match lineups just to give guys a little bit more time, especially in this. And, I think everybody played pretty even. outside of Bennett, played 32. The rest played about 20, 25. So it was good. It's good to see him come out there and play, and I thought everybody that came in did a good job.
Bucknell was mugging Bennett Sturtz in that first half with doubles and really getting him off his mark. That's coming in the Big Ten. How do you counteract that if you can?
Well, you score 94 points, and you get a lot of points per possession because everybody else is unguarded.
That's a good point.
This is what it is.
Good comeback.
Bennett doesn't really care. I wish he would, but he doesn't really care. Just as long as you win, and he's going to go home and not even pay attention to it.
That said, 8 points, 6 assists, no turnovers, and 3 steals. That's a pretty good stat line.
Plus 45. That's the biggest stat that you'll see on that deal. Always the highest plus minus.
And Coach Trevin Urach, young man from Valley High School here, and a nice crowd here cheering him on. Good to see him get a couple baskets late.
Yeah, he's getting there. Like, he's close. It's just he just needs more of those moments like that. And then, from a defensive perspective, just kind of finding his way defensively, which he's doing so much better. You'd be surprised at how shockingly better he's got defensively. And offensively, he's got no problems. He's really good.
Coach, you got, 8-9 days now in between now and the next game. What's the plan for next week? Just good, solid practices and get ready for UMass Lowell?
Yeah, we'll have a few days off, then we'll get ready for UMass Lowell and UCLA, and be ready to go. We're going to go enjoy Christmas right now. I'm headed back, and hopefully I can get back to Storm Lake in time to get some good Mexican. I think I'm kidding.
Good Mexican over Christmas. You can't beat it. There's a nice ring to it.
I can't name the store because it'll be too good.
Hey, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, buddy.
Same to you guys.
Merry
Thank
Christmas. Later. Some good Mexican in Storm Lake, the home of the Buena Vista Beavers. That's Ben McCullum. All right, we'll take a break. Ben is brought to you by your great Iowa John Deere dealers. We mentioned Bodensteiner Implement, your premier John Deere dealer with 10 locations to serve you. Family owned and operated for over 40 years. Bodensteiner, they take pride in providing exceptional service and building lasting relationships. Visit BODIMP.com today. We're back with the Hy-Vee stat breakdown in just a minute on our U.S. Cellular postgame shows. The Hawkeyes win at 94-39. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game, honoring those who serve at every Hawkeye game. Just as our veterans safeguard our freedom, American Equity helps protect your financial future. Named one of Newsweek's most trustworthy insurance companies in America 3 years in a row, American Equity delivers secure retirement income with the service you deserve. Join American Equity in honoring and thanking all who serve our country.
Hawk fans, be sure to visit and connect with the official Des Moines local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes, APLOS, and Community Choice Credit Union. In football, champions execute flawless strategies. Your company's health plan should too. APLOS offers crystal clear costs, intelligent provider networks, same-day appointments, and embedded pharmacy savings. Help your team thrive. Discover your playbook at aplos.health. In football, champions execute flawless strategies. Your company's health plan should too. APLOS offers crystal clear costs, intelligent provider networks, same-day appointments, and embedded pharmacy savings. Help your team thrive. Discover your playbook at aplos.health.
The Burger Shed is a burger lover's dream come true. Our handcrafted burgers are made with a signature blend of certified Angus beef and smoky brisket, served with house-made pickles. But if you're looking for something other than a burger, don't you worry. We've got that too. Check out our wide variety of shed sandwiches, salads, and real ice cream shakes. Burgers, beers, and a bunch of BS. Burger Shed, Bass Pro Drive in Altoona.
Flu season is here. Get your flu shot today at your local Hy-Vee pharmacy. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment is necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. That's right, a 20-cent fuel saver. Get your flu shot when it's convenient for you. Schedule online or just stop by your Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Help your family stay healthy. Get your flu shot and get a 20-cent fuel saver only at Hy-Vee. See store for details. Some restrictions apply.
You don't have to go to the game to get a game program. You can download it now by visiting the game day page on HawkeyeSports.com. That's right, the game program is now digital and it's free. So check it out. Get the roster, the stats, and fascinating stories about today's matchup. Just go to HawkeyeSports.com and click on Game Day.
Do you smell that? No, it's not just toast. That's the smell of your car payment becoming toast. Move your car loan to Community Choice and toast those payments for 99 days. Get started at unbankyourride.com. Loan subject to credit approval and analysis.
Hawkeye Basketball on 1040 WHO is brought to you by Quick Star, Better Business Bureau, Lennox, American Equity, Tournament Club of Iowa, Big Grove, Oak Knoll, U.S. Cellular.
Deflection out to Sage, so the Hawks keep the ball. Still no time to panic. 10 to shoot. Manyow drives right at the big fella. Reverse layup is good. What a move he put on Amon Dorius. Tate Sage played 20 minutes again tonight. Hit 3 of 4 shots. Had 7 total points as we dive into the Hy-Vee stat recap. First off, I want to send out happy birthday wishes to Linda and to Scott, a 2018 Iowa grad. And hi to the Conley family, longtime season ticket holders for Iowa football and basketball. The Conleys, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas. And not only from me, but from Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee brings you our stat recap, courtesy of Hy-Vee stores all over Iowa, the official grocery partner of Iowa Hawkeye basketball. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. For the Hawks, they blistered the Nets tonight, 60% shooting. 38 of 63. Once that first 5 minutes got behind them, they were off and running, a 17-0 run that put them up by 7, put them up by 9, and they never looked back. Led by as many as 56 in the second half, and when it going away, 94-39, led 43-21 at halftime. Iowa led in scoring by that hot man off the bench again, Alvaro Folgueras. Hit 7 of 10 shots, including 3 threes, 17 total points for Al Folgueras. Tavian Banks, a near double-double, 16 points, 9 rebounds. Cale Combs with 13 points. Cale had another solid floor game, hit 6 of 7 shots. Of course, our star of the game, our Old Dominion best in the game, was Isaiah Howard with 6 points, but 7 steals. The Hawkeyes had a team total of 19 steals on the night, and Isaiah Howard was threatening the record book with his 7. The single game record for the Hawks, 9 each by A.C. Earl and Kenyon Murray a few years back. Again, the Hawks shoot 38 of 63. That's 60.3%. Hit 8 of 21 from 3. That's 38%. Again, led by Alvaro Folgueras with 17. 9 for Brendan Hausen off the bench. Iowa's bench outscored the Bison 49-11. The Hawks out-rebound Bucknell 36-16. For Bucknell, the Waukee native, Ruat Biziak had 9 points. He hit 3 threes early and didn't register another point the rest of the night. His 3 threes came in the first 5 minutes when Bucknell opened up a 10-2 advantage, and from there the Hawks went on a 17-2 run. They started forcing turnover after turnover. In fact, for the game, 25 turnovers on Bucknell. Hawks with 40 points off 25 turnovers, outscoring the Bison in points off turnovers 40-3. Second chance points, Iowa 15-2. Fast break points, Iowa 19-2. Paint scores, Iowa 50, and the Bucknell Bison 20. Had everything to do with all those turnovers. Beyond Ruat Biziak, he was the Bucknell leading scorer with 9, couple with 6, Jaden Williams and Spadone, each with 6 points, 5 apiece for Jacob Meacham and Alexander Pahutsky. For the game, 15 of 41 for Bucknell, 36%, just 5 of 23 from 3. Hawks turned the ball over 9 times for the game. 25 turnovers again for Bucknell. That was the story on this game, as Iowa led by 22 at the half and won it 94-39. That is the Hy-Vee stat recap on tonight's 10th victory of the year for Iowa. Brought to you by Hy-Vee, the official grocery partner of the Hawkeyes. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Bobby Hansen has a look at the scoreboard when we come back here on the U.S. Cellular Postgame Show. This is Hawkeye Basketball from Learfield.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, or just need someone to listen, 988 provides a direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
The year-end clearance sale is going on now at your local Honda dealer. Honda cars, SUVs, and trucks are on clearance during Happy Honda Days. Save thousands on the new Honda today with 0.99% financing. 2025 Accords, Pilots, and Ridgelines are on clearance. Plus, see big savings on the full Honda line, like financing as low as 0.99% APR on the new 2025 Ridgeline. Don't miss Happy Honda Days. Search your local Honda dealer today. See dealer for financing details. Financing on credit approval offer ends 1/5/26.
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Iowa fans, with US Mode from US Cellular, you can keep your eye on the game, not on your screen. Whether you're inside the stadium, tailgating in the lots, or listening to the game at home, US Cellular wants you to focus on genuine connections with your family, friends, and fellow Hawkeye fans. That means at game time, you should do less scrolling and more cheering. So eliminate distractions and build connections by setting your phone to US Mode, because game day is for cheering on the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! US Cellular, built for us.
All right, welcome back to the Casey Center here in downtown Des Moines, where the Hawkeyes come up with their 10th victory of the season with a 94-39 victory over the Bucknell Bison. Now it's time for our scoreboard update, brought to you by Community Choice Credit Union, home of unbanking. When your bank treats you like a number and not a member, tell them no, bank you. So the scoreboard now, we got game in Big Ten here. Michigan State 79, Oakland 70 in the ugly Christmas sweater contest in East Lansing, and then Indiana 78-58 over Chicago State. At the CBS Classic in Atlanta, Georgia, it was number 12 North Carolina 71, Ohio State 70. And then the Indy Classic in Indianapolis, Indiana, is Butler 61, Northwestern 58. Number 23 Virginia 80-72 over Maryland. We've got, with a minute left in the second half, Purdue, number 6 Purdue over number 21 Auburn, 84-57. And just got started in Piscataway, New Jersey. It is the Penn Quakers, 12, Rutgers, 8. In the college football playoffs, we got number 10 Miami, or number 10 seed Miami, 10. Number 7 Texas A&M, 3 in that final. Another final here, Ole Miss, number 6 seed, knocks off number 11 seed Tulane, 41-10. Just started the second quarter. It's number 5 seed Oregon, 13, James Madison, 3. Other scores in the top 25, Kentucky knocks off number 22 St. John, 78-66. Number 11 Louisville over Montana, 94-54. And number 8 Houston over 14 Arkansas, 94-85. Just started here the game. Number 3 Duke over Texas Tech, 13-5. Later tonight, number 1 Arizona will take on the Aztecs of San Diego State. Earlier, number 1 UConn knocks off the number 11 Iowa Hawkeye women, 90-64. And in the NFL, a final. It's the Philadelphia Eagles 29, Washington Commanders 18, and what we'll be listening to on the way home, the Packers and the Bears get started at 7:20. So that's your scoreboard, Dolphy, while you got a little break there and kissed a few babies and signed a few autographs over there, take some pictures. So take it away.
Love our fans here in Central Iowa. Love the Hawkeye fans here in Central Iowa, and they enjoyed it. A little more than 8,700 came to the Casey's Center and watched Iowa roll to a 94-39 victory over the Bison of Bucknell. Again, really impressed with Iowa's defense.
Oh, yeah, they turned it up, man. They weathered that storm 10-2 at the beginning, and then a couple adjustments there. Isaiah Howard, Alvaro Folgueras off the bench really changed the tempo of that. Folgueras, his three-point shooting from deep, they put they ratcheted up the defensive intensity and outscored the Bison 51-18 in the second half to win going away.
We've got our Lennox Hot Hawkeye coming up after a brief pause, and the charity stripe recap. That's next on the U.S. Cellular postgame show. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Dives for lunch.
The Juicy Lucy. Essentially, it's a burger, but with cheese on the inside.
James Beard Award winners for dinner.
French technique, but Midwestern ingredients.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Comedy powerhouse Dane Cook is coming to Riverside Casino and Golf Resort on Friday, February 13th. Known for his unparalleled stage presence and outrageous observational humor, Cook's catalog has been streamed over 1 billion times worldwide. Along with his unforgettable comedic genius, he has starred in movies such as My Best Friend's Girl, Employee of the Month, and Good Luck Chuck. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at riversidecasinoandresort.com or visit our gift shop.
Time now for the Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield Health Coverage Report. Let's take a look at the numbers. When you enroll in a Wellmark individual or family health plan, you choose from thousands of in-network providers. And you're teaming up with Iowa's #1 health insurance company. We know healthcare in Iowa. Score great coverage from Wellmark. Find the plan that's best for you at wellmark.com/covered. Enrollment ends January 15th. Flu season is here. Get your flu shot today at your local Hy-Vee pharmacy. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment is necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. That's right, a 20-cent fuel saver. Get your flu shot when it's convenient for you. Schedule online or just stop by your Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Help your family stay healthy. Get your flu shot and get a 20-cent fuel saver only at Hy-Vee. See store for details. Some restrictions apply.
In Minnesota, we don't hide from winter. We embrace it. When there's a nip in the air, we take on the trails. For every layer you wear, there's a new experience waiting for you.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball. Visit MidwestOne.bank for empowered money management. Member FDIC.
Now to Williams. Thought about pumping up a three, instead dribbles through traffic to the right wing. 6 to shoot. Steal by Folgueras. Look out below. A steal on the open floor, and the Spaniard was off to the horse races. And did he flush that one with the thunder dunk by Al Folgueras. He's our Lennox Dealers of Iowa Hot Hawkeye for the night. He hit 7 of 10 shots. He was doing more than Duncan. He had 3 threes, 3 of 5 from distance, as a matter of fact. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you,
Colby.
Colby, our All-American student manager, lead student manager for the Hawkeyes, dropping off some pizza for us for the trip back to Eastern Iowa. Folgueras played just 20 minutes, 17 points. He's our Lennox Dealers of Iowa Hot Hawkeyes. Lennox all across the great state of Iowa wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, including Don and Waltz in Manchester. Over in Mount Pleasant, it's Paul's Plumbing and Heating. In Sioux City, stop in and see Kalen's Indoor Comfort. And Hudson Hardware has the Cedar Valley covered in Waverly, Waterloo, and Hudson. Oh, yeah, there's still some cold days coming. I know it's going to warm up a little bit here in the next few days, but keep that Lennox phone number or website handy. We're going to conclude our U.S. Cellular postgame show tonight with our charity stripe recap, courtesy of Latham Seeds, EMC Insurance, and the Great Southern Bank. Let's see how the Hawks did from the foul line. Iowa got there 12 times, made 10. That's 83%. Take that every night out. Bucknell was 4 of 6. Not only did the Hawks play great defense, they did it without fouling. 4 of 6 for Bucknell at 66%. Our charity stripe recap, again sponsored this year by Latham Seeds. Family owned, and farm proven. EMC Insurance, a national carrier with a local heart, and Great Southern Bank, building winning relationships with its customers and its communities. That's our story from Des Moines. The Hawkeyes roll it up 94-39 over Bucknell. They're 10-2 at the Christmas break and will host Lowell, Massachusetts, University of Massachusetts Lowell on December 29th. We'll be in Tampa getting ready for the bowl game on the 30th. John Swisher will fill in for me with Bobby Hansen. And hopefully the Hawks get to win number 11 and enjoy a bowl win for the Hawks over Vanderbilt down at ReliaQuest in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Until then, please enjoy a safe, happy Christmas and New Year holiday for Bobby Hansen and Corey Sheets and the Hawkeye Radio Network. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I'm Gary Dolphin. This has been Hawkeye Basketball from Learfield.
This has been the U.S. Cellular postgame show. U.S. Cellular, the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Hawkeye Basketball has been brought to you by Alliant Energy. See how Alliant Energy is building a strong, resilient energy future today and for generations to come. Learn more at AlliantEnergy.com/poweringbeyond. Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. Your Iowa John Deere dealers, proud sponsors of Hawkeye Basketball. Also brought to you by University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.